Hello, hello, good evening. How's it going, everybody? Hey, Chicago. Yes, that Elena Joy interview was really nice. It was very good timing, just talking to somebody who's like, it seemed like she was like a later in life, relatively recently figuring out she was a lesbian person who also works in mental health and stuff. So that was a really cool person to talk to. I have a few close loved ones on a similar journey right now, so it was cool, and we got to touch on a lot of cool stuff in that interview. So, hello, hey, thanks, Chubby Kumquat, for the lurk. Sorry to hear you having to work right now. And hey, Blush Tiger. And I see Waluigi Bowser, Lizander, glad you're here. It's not too late yet in your time zone. Yeah, that's almost all I do when I'm watching other people's streams is lurk, unless I know what to say. I was watching Spoonie go through a lot of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater this past week, which was very fun. But I love to lurk in general. Oh, fingers crossed on no more calls at work, Blush Tiger. Yeah, may we all not have to do any more work ever. I don't know who Elena Joy is, but it sounds awesome and relevant to me. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, she has she's a YouTuber, and then she just started a podcast. She's a lesbian, and I believe she's in school to be a therapist or works in the mental health field. And her podcast is called Sleeping Around. And we had a really nice conversation about how neurodivergence kind of just impacts the world of sex and sexual orientation. We just talked about how there's a lot of different things that can even count as sex at all, depending on if you're asexual or kinky or aromantic with it. And and also just general like neurodiversity stuff, because of course people always have those questions about, should I get diagnosed, should I do this, should I do that. So yeah, it was really nice. I was really happy to have her reach out, and it was a really cute convo. So yeah, it's on YouTube, so you'll be able to find it there. And that's the kind of interview stuff that, as I'm heading into another book release season, that's the kind of stuff I want to be making it a priority to do, is just talking to, first of all, like YouTubers who are cool, like Matt Bernstein and her and Alex Avila and Elliot Song and the people like that I've been talking to on YouTube more recently. Like, that feels like more relevant and less icky media to do than the shit that my publicist wants me to do, which is like the Today Show and shit like that. So it's been nice. Just came home from a quick day trip to Germany. Bought a few boxes of cheap sodas. Ooh, one, the idea that you can take a cheap, or that you can take a quick day trip to a different country is still so hard for me to wrap my American brain around. And what kind of sodas? What flavors? I'm curious what kind of bubblies you guys have over there. Just think of quick day trips to different states. I don't do that either. I'm from Ohio. I'm from like the middle of Ohio. So you're talking 4 or 5 hours. Now, granted, my sister, who's gay, she'll travel 3 hours to hang out with other gay women, but it's tough. I don't drive. That's one. And these some of these states are wide over here. As a Texan, all my day trips are local. Yes, exactly. Uh, it's it's bad. I'm in Chicago, yeah, but I'm from Ohio originally. Regular Coke. Danes travel to Germany all the time to buy cheap sodas and beers. Oh, okay. That's kind of like here. People will who can drive will drive to Indiana to get cheap cigarettes, because the cigarette tax, especially in the city, is so fucking brutal. Whereas Indiana, very conservative state, they don't give a fuck about anything. They're like, please die, like, we don't want tax revenue because we don't want to spend anything on people, on the public good. So here, get your $7 cigarettes or whatever. Yeah, Ohio is what it is. It's all right. Driving to green states, yes. Uh, and Chicagoans do go up to Wisconsin for fun, or Michigan for the cheap weed and things like that. But It's tough. My college town used to be a dry county, had to drive 30 to 45 minutes for liquor, which is also super safe. If you're anything like what I was like and my friends were like as college students, it was not a safe drive situation. But what are you going to do? Here in Chicago, it's very. I didn't grow up here, but it seems very restrictive in terms of needing to have IDs to get into bars, which is not what it was like in Ohio. And it seems like everybody gets a fake, and that's a big part of it. All right, just getting the chat pulled up on here, and then we'll dive into the game. I still got to come up to Milwaukee for the Dying Public Museum. Yes, how I have not forgotten that. How much longer do we have before that closes for good? All right. So, where last we left off, is this where I want to do? Yes, this is the screenshot I want to do. We've jumped forward in time in this game. So we are 7 years in the future. Uh, I've done a little digging around into information on this game just to know what is in store for us, but I didn't spoil myself too badly on anything. But I do know that we put, the finger on someone for the crime of murdering the Baron. And oops, my audio is playing off my phone. Sorry. Um, and that was Prior Ferenc. He was killed, and we left and fucked off and have had an illustrious career as an artist. And now we have a young ward in tow who's going to be hanging out with us. And we just dropped by 7 years later. Unfortunately, our beloved friend, Brother Piero, has passed. But there is unrest a brewing in town, in the town of Tassing. The peasants are even less happy with the church than they were before, and they're interested in rebelling potentially. So, oh yeah, no worries, Chicago. I'll look up when the museum is closing. I know it's in the next year or so. I had it pulled up. So appropriate talking about local puritanical laws affecting the common man before this game. Yeah, I'm also reading right now a biography of Carl and Jenny Marx, and just reading more about kind of the social conditions and philosophical thought that gave rise to Marxism, and the young Hegelians and all of that stuff. And it's just so funny, even though we're talking about centuries later than when this game is set, it's so many of the same struggles. And the Protestant Reformation was just this one way of resisting authoritarian power structures, and then later you have people beginning to unionize and use some of the same tactics of just leaning into labor's power to upend kings and statehood and all of these things and capitalism. And so yeah, there's a lot of really relevant, perennially relevant, it feels like, stuff in here. And this game is so smart. I'm so in love with it. So I just gotta bite off a little bit more. So let's dive in. Andreas' stuff about leaving and returning hits different now. Just had to step in from geographic distance to do that. Keeping the family together work for the first time. Leaving and coming back is something I've been thinking about a lot. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Andreas is in, his 30s. So I can relate to a lot of aspects of suddenly you're established in your career. You're not the young buck anymore. You don't feel that different, but you just realize you're out of touch with certain struggles, and you're more secure than a lot of other people. And then also you've let so many things go in that journey to become who you are, whether it's not visiting family and friends, not returning people's letters, all kinds of things. Life comes at you fucking fast, and it's crazy. It's going to get so much worse in the game. I do know a little bit about that in terms of the timeline, but no spoilers. So yeah, let's dive on in. God, I love the music in this game. It whips so bad. All right. Okay. So is it nighttime? Or is there like a way to check the time of day? I should know that, but I don't. Because I know I'm supposed to be going to see Sister Illuminata in the Abbey, in the library, but I don't know. It looks dark, but it's hard to tell. I mean, with all the candles and stuff. I guess we'll find out. Did you drop this, Casper? No, I don't think so, Master. That script looks beautiful, Master Andreas. Did you write that? You were warned. Warned? What does that mean? Warned about what? It has to do with the murder that happened the last time I was here. How? I thought they caught the murderer. Yes, but it's complicated. Also, we don't know if we caught the actual murderer. It's all very ambiguous. Let's just head up to the library, Casper. All right, Master. Okay. All right, it is daytime. Good. Hello, Master Mailer. Let's see what's going on with the innkeep, Nico. Hello, Andreas. Nothing to say. Okay. Oh, Schlau. We gotta pay the kitten tax. So fucking cute. All right. Oh, wait. Let's talk to Guy since he's waiting out here bitchily. Andreas. Brother Guy, what are you doing out here? Father Gurnot has asked me to inform the townsfolk that the shrine is closed. Closed? With everything going on? Whatever for? Father Abbot has ordered that we bring the hand into the church. The pilgrims are still welcome to come in and visit the relic, but it is off limits to the townsfolk. What? Why? The abbot has had enough of the peasants and townsfolk rebelling against the abbey. He is their rightful lord. The abbot has been more than generous, but he will not let this 12 articles drivel pass. The abbot refuses to leave the relic at risk of destruction. The hand of St. Moritz is the only thing keeping the abbey open. So this is about money? The pilgrims bring donations, but the townsfolk don't? Don't be a fool, Mailer. Without the abbey, the shrine can't be kept in good condition, and it would be looted. The abbot is trying to protect the relic, nothing more. Hey, Megan, hello. What about the peasants' complaints? Father Abbot has done all he can. Until the peasants can see reason, the relic will remain in the church. I pray the townsfolk in the abbey can resolve this quickly. No, fuck this. Off with their heads, man. This is ridiculous and cruel, but Brother Guy, even for the abbot. I will do my duty as my vows and my lord command me, Andreas. God bless you. Guy is a bitch, but I kind of like him at this point. I wonder if the miller's son added more drawings to the ruins. He did, actually. We looked at this in the last stream. The miller's son is a strapping young man, and he has improved in his art. He's still keeping it a secret from his father, and he has more sophisticated looking drawings added to the ruins. Yes. Oh, the whole gang's here. Hello. Hi, Allie. Hi, Maddie. Hi, Wink. Oh, let's see what Rudiger, that big gay wad, is up to. Guy is the type of gay who I would think would share screenshots of his grinder conversations on Twitter. Yes, Guy's ass would be like posting like the nail painting emoji and be like bragging about how much he clapped back on people when it was literally just him being mean to someone for no reason. Like, he's definitely that type. And we love it. Yes, yeah, that's what you missed. Rudiger. Andreas. Oh, it's wonderful to see you again. How have things been for you in Nuremberg? I've actually been in Barcelona recently. Nuremberg is the same as it always is. Ah, well, it's good to see you in any case. Forgive me for asking, but how did you find the music in Aragon? Wonderful. Several years ago, I had a cantor in Zaragoza with a wonderful voice and interesting compositions. Cantor. Appointed official in a monastery, responsible for leading the chants and songs of the community. Zaragoza. An Aragonese city with a tumultuous past, Zaragoza has been held under both Christian and Muslim rule. Jewish persecutions are prevalent under its current Christian rule. I believe his name was Juan Garcia de Basurto, though he has since moved on to another cathedral. Oh, if he's as talented as you say, I must imagine we will see his music sooner or later. I love our music, of course, but I'm interested in what is being created across Christendom. I suppose you came to pay your respects to Brother Piero. I'm so sorry, Andreas. He was a wonderful man and a faithful servant of Christ. That he was. Well, despite the occasion, it is good to see you again. God bless you, Andreas. Aw, Rudiger. Rest in peace, guy. You would have loved Azalea Banks. Oh my god. And like, Guy has actually, I've warmed up to him also because he had this whole like diatribe about like not supporting the persecution of Jewish people, that he kind of like went off book a little bit to say that. So that was sweet. That was a good thing to see. Oh, we just finished the horror slasher Thanksgiving. Oh, I had that on my list as something to have people watch for a party or something. Was it any good? And Wink is actively watching the stream. That's so cute. Loki will watch TV a little bit. She's an iPad kid through and through, though. I've been playing her little iPad brain rot AI content videos, and she loves it. But she keeps trying to go behind the iPad, thinking that that's where the mouse or whatever is. But Cat TV on the projector so far hasn't clicked with her, but I'm hoping eventually I can use that to keep her calm. Matthew. God bless you, Andreas. I hope these two little homos are still together. Oh, Adoc's still alive. Look at how degraded his paper is that his illustration is on. He's not long for this world. Hello, who is this? It's Andreas, Brother Adoc. Andreas Mailer. Oh. Oh, Andreas, the fine young artist from Nuremberg. Not quite so young anymore, brother. No, you are still young. When you were last here, I thought I was old. I was wrong. Now I feel the true measure of years on these bones. Like the waves of the wide sea on the cliffs of Porthcragen, time has worn me down. But enough of that. How have you been, Andreas? God has blessed me with good fortune. Good. Be sure to share it with others when you are able. You seem more at ease now than when I was last here. Do I? It may be so. I may have worked in the scriptorium beyond the limits of this body. It pained my joints and strained my brotherly love for Guy. The scriptorium took my sight and the use of my hands, but when it closed, it also took the pain from my heart. The abbot is content to let me serve the Lord through prayer and contemplation. And so it also contents me. I'm sorry, Andreas, but I must rest now. It's good to hear your voice at Curceau again. God bless you. God bless you, Brother Adok. Oh, man. But now that he doesn't have to hang out with Guy all day, he's feeling better. That's good. Just sniff around in the prior's house real quick. The prior now is Matthew, right? Which seems like an upgrade. I mean, gay prior, representation. The scriptorium fell into disrepair quickly after Father Gourneau closed the library. Oh, Zdena. My little tryst. Oh, Andreas, you're back. Hello, Sister Zdena. That's all you have to say? Hello? Oh, of course. God bless you, sister. Ugh, still an ass, I see. Still, I hear you're a master artist now. I'm impressed. You know, I've grown as well, in a variety of ways. Oh? You'll have to show me sometime. Ugh, Andreas, I'm not indulging you again. Wait, was it that bad? No, it wasn't. But what happened afterward was bothersome. Thank God Sister Gertrude knows her plants. Oh, no. Oh, she had to get a little abortion. I don't... Oh, you fell pregnant. Shh. Yes. Thankfully, Sister Gertrude helped me end it before a fortnight had passed, so the fetus was yet unformed. Again, this seems a little anachronistic. Like, fetus, knowing at what age it was formed, like how many weeks in, that seems not realistic. Yeah, I'll be an asshole here. Convenient. I don't need rumors about how I sired a bastard from a nun. You men really have no consequences for stuffing your sausage wherever you like, do you? If Sister Gertrude's remedy hadn't worked, I would have been defrocked, and my family would have disowned me. I nearly lost everything, all for one stupid fling with you. I was sick for days on end, and still have terrible cramps. But still, it's not as bad as it could have been. I'm grateful Sister Gertrude was able to keep you well. Me too. That was a good night. I still remember Mother Illuminata's face. Her expression was illuminating. Oh God, Andreas. You should have heard the tongue wagging she gave me afterward. Quite impressive. It's good to see you again, Andreas. Likewise, sister. I have chronic pains now because of our one-night stand. Yeah, not good. I should return to my duties. Thank you for speaking with me. Until later. Yeah, scriptorium's all cleared out. Oh, here's Mother Illuminata. I'm shocked he came. It seemed so quick. Yes, it seemed like they were just making out and, like, shaking the stacks once or twice. Like, it could not have been good. That's for sure. Definitely not. Let me answer this text real quick before I dive into this dialogue. Okay. I really love Mother Illuminata, so I'm excited for this combo. God bless you, Andreas. It has been too long. I know Father Abbot made it clear you were not to return when you left, but we had hoped to hear from you. Yes, my apologies. You're right, of course. It's good to see you again, Mother Illuminata. This is my apprentice, Caspar Ziegler from Salzburg. God bless you, Mother Superior. God bless you, young Caspar. Hey, Lil Turbo. No greeting for your favorite library helper? We already said hello. Sister Zadena? I'm sorry you have to see it in such a state. It sees very little use these days. What happened? After Baron Rothvogel's murder, we had fewer and fewer wealthy patrons. The small number that held out lost interest. It's easier to commission new work from the Guild of St. Luke or individual masters in big cities like Nuremberg. Guild of St. Luke. Regulated trade and sale of art in cities around Europe. Artists who sought to have apprentices and businesses often had to become members for the privilege. Father Gournot saw no reason to keep the scriptorium or library open. Most of the books here have been suffering of neglect. After Mother Cecilia's death, neither I nor Sister Zadena had the time to maintain our inventory. Hey, Marquez! Yes, doing good, doing gay. And this game has gotten gayer, which, God bless. That's terrible. Crusoe was one of the last monastic scriptoria in Bavaria. Now I'm going to go with... I need to still keep playing him a little bit of an asshole. Piero did say it was going to happen sooner or later. I am no happier about it than you are. But the late brother was right. Only heaven is unchanging. Now all that remains are books for sale to interested parties, a task that Father Gournot has entrusted to me. And Sister Zadena, of course. I don't even know where to start. Master Andreas, maybe you could find a book for little Magdalene? Something that's not in print yet? Excellent idea, Caspar. Okay, so do we just look through? Take your time. Make sure you've looked through the whole collection. Yeah, I guess we just poke around until we find a good book. Looks like Sister Zadena wants to say something to me, though. She's like rolling her eyes. Time has not made her any less cunty. Parzival. Perhaps Klaus would not object to this romance, given its emphasis on Christian virtues. Parzival, or Parzival, a 13th century retelling of the Arthurian hero Percival, written by Wolfram von Eschenbach. Themes of love and chivalry are prominent in this adventure tale. Find a Chuck Tingler. The German is a little dated, but I'm sure she'll figure it out with Klaus's help. Who knows? Maybe it will inspire her imagination. God, this is like choosing what website someone's kid is allowed to go to. Huh. I think these are Latin translations of some of Origen's homilies, and it looks like it's partially burned. Origen, prolific first-century ascetic and theologian, best known for his exegetical writings and homilies, influenced the development of the Trinity and the ransom theory of atonement. Oh. Okay. Is that like your soul is like held ransom by the devil or something? Probably not a great gift for a young... Wait. This is the same bookhand as the notes I found when the Baron was murdered. Whoever wrote this is responsible for writing the notes. I need to ask Illuminata about this. My man's got a good eye for handwriting, which makes sense, but damn. A copy of Jacobus de Vorangine's Golden Legend. Every good Christian should know the legends of the saints, and the Latin is simple enough that she should be able to read it before long. Oh, Richard de Bury's Philobiblon. It's a text on the collection and preservation of books. Richard de Bury, a 13th century English priest and later Bishop of Durham. Richard de Bury was one of the first private book collectors and is best known for the Philobiblon, which prescribed the care of his collection. How many people can write at this point? I know. Though they did say that at this point, most of the people in town are literate, which I was a little surprised by. I did not expect literacy to be that widespread. Maybe this is where Illuminata and Cecilia learned all their tricks. Certainly a good book for a printer's daughter. Though not very fun for a kid. I'm kind of leaning towards the romance book right now. Albertus Magnus's De Animalibus. Albertus Magnus, renowned 13th century Dominican theologian, philosopher, astrologer, and bishop of Regensburg. A prolific writer, he was known primarily for his work on Aristotle and his knowledge of natural science. So this is going to be that shit that's like, chickens have evil souls, and they look you in the eye, you'll get sick, and like all that kind of stuff. It's ostensibly a bestiary, but it contains so much more knowledge on a variety of topics. This could inspire an interest in animals and the natural world. Beautiful illustrations as well. Okay. So what do y'all think? Which one would you give to a child? The 15th century equivalent of getting the kid a dinosaur book. And probably about as accurate as the dinosaur books that many of us grew up with. Like, already completely outdated information. Satana's so through. Have you decided on any books to purchase? Yes, just one. Was the Golden Legend the romance? Yeah, I want to get the romance. Was that Parzival or the Golden Legend? Oh, wait, I can click on this to get a reminder. Themes of Love and Chivalry. Okay, so it's the Parzival. That's what I'm going to get. A romance, Andreas. I'm a bit surprised. I'm not. Yes, well, it's yours if you want it, of course. It's for Klaus Drucker's daughter, Magdalene. That's even less appropriate, but not my concern. I hope she enjoys it. Is there anything else you need? Yes, Mother Illuminata, what do you know about this book? I don't know anything. This is the first time I've seen it. Where did you find it? I've seen it on one of the lower shelves. I don't think it's in our catalog. It's burned around the edges. Why? How can I find out where it came from? Who wrote it? If it's not in our catalog, I'm afraid I don't know whom you could ask. If it was a recent edition, the only people who would know are Mother Cecilia and Father Matthias. That's crazy that we're still talking about, like, almost a decade ago would still be a recent addition to the library. That's a shame, because whoever scribed this book wrote the letters I found while investigating the Baron's murder. The ones in the fine bookhand? Brother Adok told me about them. Perhaps he knows something about this book. He's been here longer than any of us. Why would the person who wrote the letters have scribed a book in our library? Well, that's the question. Whoever did it is the thread puller. Huh? Someone who was manipulating people at Curceau and Tassing, pulling at threads to provoke someone into killing the Baron. I thought one of the brothers killed the Baron. He did, but the Baron was lured to the chapter house by someone who knew Curceau and Tassing's secrets. Well, I'm afraid we can't be of any more help to you in determining the book's provenance. However, as it's not in our catalog and it's already damaged, I doubt Father Abbot would mind if you kept it. Excellent. Thank you. I'm glad someone bothered to save it from the flames. Oh, what's Sedena up to? Time to eat. Eat with the Druckers. Let's see if she still wants to talk. Nope. And Adoc said he went to go lay down anyway, so. Probably can't talk to him right now. Don't see him sleeping in here. Let's see if anybody's staying in the house right now. No, it's locked. All right, back to town we go. And the other thing you missed, Slime Mage, if you tucked out early, was we had another scene with the sister who lives sequestered in here, and she had another vision, which often portends a murder. So something spicy's gonna happen. Oh, there's little Magdalene and her kitten. Oh my god, did you hear it meow? It just did the cutest little mew. You're back. Good. We're almost ready to sit down and eat. Would you and Casper care to join us? Of course. Thank you, Klaus. Welcome back, Andreas. Casper. Andreas, these are my friends, Benjamin and Rachel Sommerfeld. They're on their way back to Prague, an imperial city of the Holy Roman Empire. The city's mint made it a hub for German and Italian bankers and merchants, and its university became a gathering place for many Reformation thinkers. Good day. Hello. Excuse me for not getting up. It's a bit difficult. Of course, I understand. It's nice to meet you both. Hello. Blah, blah. Her little chewing mouth. That's so cute. Hello. That sounded like a real word, Klaus. She's learning more of them every day. She'll be reading before long. That's a wonderful segue to the gift that I've brought her. Oh? Consider it a small apology. Well, all right. Let's see this small apology. Here you are. Parzival? I'm sure she'll love this. It might make some good bedtime reading until she can read it on her own. Thanks for this. It's a nice thought. We should probably pray before we eat, assuming the Sommerfelds don't mind. Not at all. We're accustomed to being guests in Christian homes. Oh, are they Jewish? Thank you for asking, Klaus. All right, I'll lead the prayer then. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen. Oh yes, what is this stuff? Klaus, thank you again for letting us stay here. It's been such a long trip. Oh, is it time? No, I'm fine, I think. I'm just sore everywhere. Oof. Anyway, we'd hoped to get home weeks ago, but the fighting has made it slow progress from Basel. Basel? Tassing is hardly on the way to Prague. We'd rather not get caught up in battles between the Swabian League and peasants, so we've taken a stranger route. Swabian League. The Swabian League was a military group maintained by the free imperial cities of the Holy Roman Empire. Members included nobles, knights, and hired or retained mercenaries. We were in Basel to do some business, but we didn't want to overstay our welcome. Oh, and their font has changed. Is it really so bad for Jews there? Let's just say they've gone back and forth enough on Jews in Basel that it's best not to feel too comfortable. We felt comfortable enough with our host, but Benjamin is right. We couldn't stay long. Do you know the printer Johann Froben? Oh, okay, so they're printers, so they have the printer font now. I'm not familiar with him, no. He's a very successful printer, turned Basel into the center for Swiss printing. He employs incredible artists and form cutters. He even prints books in Greek and Hebrew. That's why we visited. Benjamin and I are creating a Hebrew type for him. It turns out that when your town banishes all the Jews, you have a more difficult time finding Jews to work for you. Who could have guessed? I just wish it hadn't taken us so long to get home. We have so far to go still. It's lucky timing for me, though. Now I have 2 printers and a master artist at my dinner table. True, it isn't all misfortune. Daddy. Oh yes, thank you, and a future printer and baby printer-to-be. Tassing hasn't seen this many artists under one roof in a while. It's amazing to see how far printing has come so quickly. Some of the engravings I've seen are incredible. And new techniques, new types, new styles are being developed every year. Benjamin is trying to create a more readable script for Yiddish. We have typefaces for Hebrew, but it would be nice to have something separate for Yiddish. How novel. Yes, it's still a developing typeface and usually only used in Jewish women's books. I'd like our writing to be more accessible, especially to those who only read Yiddish. Here, something like this. I'll be sure to send you some samples when I'm finished, Klaus. Good, I'd like that. Oof. Yes, I'm fine. Klaus, what are you working on? I need to get ready to sell to travelers as the pass is open, but lately I've been printing the 12 articles for the town. 12 articles. Thanks to Father Thomas, everyone in town can read at least well enough to make it through that sheet. It's got a lot of people talking, and a lot are coming over to Otto's way of thinking. Well, you heard him yourself, Andreas. What do you think of what's happening in Tassing? The abbot's always been an ass. What do you expect? You're not wrong. Remember what happened to Attilia's house? The abbot took it away. She lost everything. She works for Father Thomas now. Yes, I spoke with her. Quite unexpected, given her attitude toward the church. I was surprised as you are now. We all were. But that was the only charity available to her. Sorry, not trying to bring up bad memories. I was just trying to say that things have been hard on the peasants for years. It's just gotten worse lately. If the abbey is in such a bad state, there must be someone the abbot can appeal to for more money. Who, the Pope? The Duke of Bavaria may lend him military aid, but money is unlikely. Duke of Bavaria. The title is held jointly by 2 brothers, Louis X and William IV. Both are working to suppress the peasant revolts. Well, then it's the abbot's problem to fix. The peasants don't need to bear the brunt of it. How long ago was printing invented? I'm not sure, but they did say that this being in the early, 1500s, late medieval period, that having a scriptorium where people were copying books down was already almost completely out of date and unheard of. So, sometime in the previous century, maybe. I think that sounds right. I don't know. Lysander can maybe tell us if that's true. Okay, so we got mushroom pottage, apple pie, oh my god, and white bread. Let's start with the mushroom pottage. Around 1440. Perfect, thank you, Lysander. We're sympathetic to what's happening here. We saw it all throughout Swabia. Peasants are suffering. It's true, but I worry about what will happen in Tassing. Ow. I'm fine. Peasants are no match for the soldiers of the Swabian League. What is the Swabian League? Mercenaries, soldiers for hire. They rally for coin, not for cause. We can't speak to their motives as we tried to stay far away from them, but they were intimidating, even at a distance. If the peasants aren't careful, Tassing could draw the wrong sort of attention. I know that Otto and the peasants are taking a risk, but I believe Otto will keep things peaceful. Anyway, it's not the Swabian League we have to worry about, but the soldiers of the Duke of Bavaria. Bavaria. The Prince Bishop has the church's authority, but the Duke's lands surround Tassing and Curceau. Definitely saving that pie for last. When I was reading that book, Three Squares, The History of the American Meal, obviously I knew pie is like an American thing, an American, staple food. But damn, people were eating pies back in the day. Like, that was like something that people just always had on hand in colonial and like briefly post-colonial America. People were just making fucking pies. Savory pies, but also just lots of fruit pies. And just like, if you stopped in at an inn or something, you're getting like a piece of cheese and a pie, which does not sound bad. Sounds great. Let's see. How do I want to apologize to him? This sounds the best. Klaus, I'm sorry for what happened to your family, and I'm sorry I never wrote back. That's it. I'm sorry. They're all like, dude, awkward. Oh man. I'm keep running into that situation of bringing up something horrible that happened to someone and they don't want to hear it. God, this pie is so thick. Looks so fucking good. Ah. Ow. Oh, this is it. This is it. Oh no, I was afraid of this. We can't travel now. This is all my fault. We should have left Basel earlier. I love you, Benjamin, but be quiet. I don't care. I need help. Yes, we need a midwife. Is there one who would accept, Rachel? Let's see. Should we get the doctor or the midwife? Let me look at her. I don't know if she's going to be anti-Semitic or not. I really don't know enough about Agnes. And Dr. Stoltz is a bitch. But I think Dr. Stoltz has said things about just treating anyone being his responsibility regardless. I'm going to go with Dr. Stoltz. No, not Stoltz. We need a midwife. We need Agnes. Save scum. Agnes has delivered every child in Tassing as long as I can remember. She would never turn any woman away. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Klaus, you're a mensch. Enough with the thanks. Get me the midwife. Yes. Andreas, you're forgiven. Casper, it was good to have you over, but you both have to leave. Of course. Good luck, Rachel. Thank you. I'll need it. I'll go fetch Agnes. Thank you for joining us, Andreas. Oh, I almost forgot. You should go see the bonfire preparations in the town commons. You missed them on your last visit. Klaus, I'm going. Thank you, Klaus. We'll be going. And she's heaving, and all red. Take care. It's the hour of work. Oh, we're on some midsummer type shit. Everyone seems to be working hard for the bonfire tonight. The commons look festive, decorated like this. Look at all the flowers, Master, and the bonfire is huge. How's the fire coming? Those logs work out all right for you, Andreas? Coming along as expected. It's all in place, Otto. Good, good. All right, everyone, remember, after the bonfire tonight, we celebrate as usual. We will all gather in the woods, and the women will collect herbs as tradition demands. Otto, the abbot has forbidden harvesting in the forest. Please, for everyone's sake, reconsider your actions. Thank you, Father, but the abbot's order goes against God's law. The forest belongs to all of us, as do all its game and fowl and fish. So this is exactly something that came up in the biography of Carl and Jenny Marks that I just started reading, was the people's rights to the commons to harvest firewood in, I think, Prussia, and the government really tamping down on that because business owners, as industrialization was happening, wanted access to all of that firewood and supplies and getting it. And that being a real source of just tensions bubbling over and a bunch of peasant revolts. So, again, it's really interesting to see the same thing playing out hundreds of years previously. He cannot claim ownership over that which the Lord gave us to hold in common. No, I'm sorry, Father. We'll proceed as planned. Tassing has never let anything get in the way of our St. John's customs as long as I can remember. We won't start now. And remember, tomorrow I will show you proof that as sure as the sun turns round the earth, God and all our saints are with us. Uh-oh. Good day, Andreas. Hello, Brother Woslav. You look upset at Otto's announcement. Is everything all right? Otto is becoming more aggressive in his defiance of the abbot. Father Gurneau will not take this news well. Well, who's telling? Otto just announced his plan in the Commons, and Tassing is a small town. Of course the abbot will hear about it. Fair point. But why is the abbot so angry about it? Didn't you just hear Father Thomas, Andreas? The abbot declared the woods off limits. Anyway, it's not for me to say. I'm sure the abbot will tell you more. He sent me with an invitation for you to dine with him tonight. I'm sure the father will want to discuss the situation over supper. You're kidding. What does the abbot think he can pry out of me now? I'd watch your tone around the abbot, Andreas. Will you go or not? Fine, I'll attend. Does the invitation extend to Casper as well? I'm sorry, Andreas, but Father Abbot has asked you to come to his house alone. Phew. He wants to stay out of this. Please tell the abbot I'll see him this evening. Oh, wow, they're hanging out. They're a couple. They were a couple before. Him and Matilda. Well, I guess I'll see what all the fuss is about. I'll meet you back at the Golden Hand after dinner, all right? Can I set up the festival decorations while you're with the abbot? Yes, but be back before sundown, all right? Yes, thank you, Master. I'll see you later. Hell yeah, the European tradition of making giant fires. Yes. We love it. Oh my god, look at these costumes. See, this is Furfest of its time. Got somebody dressed up like a weird ghost rabbit. Got some little antlers. Got the corn shucker. And, you know, they didn't have gabber music to listen to back then, so they had to just make do. Love to see it. Werner. Hello, Andreas. Oh, yeah. Equinoxes. This bonfire is much simpler than the one in Nuremberg, but it's pretty all the same. I'm such a snob. The fire jams here, those are on... Well, those are the full moon, not the not the solstice or the equinox, but the fire jams that they do every full moon here on the beach, pretty close to my house in the summer. They're so fucking cool. Like, I'm sure I've talked to you about them before, but sometime when you're here, we'll have to go to one of the fire jams because it's crazy. Because it's just like hundreds of people, a bunch of different fire artists, all in this big circle doing all the shit. It's such a fucking cool time. Brigitta. Oh, there's Till. I love Till. Hello, Master Mailer. Nobody's chatty right now. Andreas. Master Andreas, you'd best not keep the abbot waiting. Go on. We'll meet up after supper. All right. Don't get into trouble. This time period, the time skip, it seems a little like more on the rails than the earlier time period in the game, where you had a lot more choices about who you dine with and even just which murder suspect you could really pull at. And I'm very curious how much in the town changes based on your decisions. That's locked up. Here's Martin. That's the other thing, Slime Mage. We're pretty sure this guy is not actually Martin. For one, he's way taller, and he tells a story about having run off with the stolen jewelry from the Baron and just kind of carousing in a city for a while, finding a buddy to do crimes with, and then having one thievery moment go badly, and his stealing partner died. And so our guess is that actually Martin died and somebody took over Martin's life. He seems competent and is working, so that seems new. Yes, the whole story is like his dad died and the family was on the brink of starvation, and then suddenly he came back with this story of having been living rough and having reformed his ways and really turned things around for them. And it seems like because he's been helping them out, nobody's asking too many questions. He's kind of better than the old Martin. And so they're just letting that happen. But that's not him. At first I thought the game was doing something about just like the unreliability of memory. And that's why Martin looked different and why there was a hotel in a different place right here in the meadow. But no, it's just about the passage of time and shady shit happening. I mean, I wouldn't say anything either if Elon Musk appeared and looked totally different and had become a socialist overnight. Well, like, let's say you had a coworker that you hated and they sucked and they weren't pulling their weight, and let's assume for our purposes that you had reason to care about that. And the passage of time, this is basically Megalopolis. Yes. Exactly. I saw you defy the laws of physics. But then let's say that your coworker came back and it was a totally different person who looked totally different, but they were nice to you and they helped out a lot. I mean, I'd be confused, but eventually I'd think, well, I guess I just don't know faces. I love that, like, all the pets are alive still. Feel like I'd say something, but there's a certain, I don't know, I worked on my shit, man. I'd be like, hell yeah, brother. And I just happened to get 4 inches taller. Hate this guy. God bless you, Andreas. I'm glad to see you received my invitation. Are you ready to eat? Yes. Good. All right. Enjoy your shopping spree, Blush Tiger. Andreas, thank you for coming to dinner. I will admit I was surprised to receive your invitation, Father, but I'm pleased to come. No, I'm going to be bitchier. I thought you didn't ever want to see me at Curso again, Father. What changed? Yes, well, the Lord calls us to forgiveness, even when that might be difficult. I think it's high time we reconciled, Master Mailer. Please sit, and we will pray together. Bless us, O Lord, for these your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. Lord, direct each of us here toward your wisdom, prudence, and guidance in our future actions. Through Christ our Lord, amen. Amen. Ooh, we're eating good tonight. Ooh, what is all this shit? Brother Wolslav was indeed prompt in delivering my message. I'm surprised you deigned drop by at all. You have done quite well for yourself, after all. It is good to see that your time at Curso was not squandered. You even look the part of the famous artist now. What have you been doing in recent years after leaving such a mess in Tassing? What a bitch. What do you care about my successes, Father? I'm simply trying to make conversation, Andreas. Oh yeah, Lysander, the difference between the starving family's meal, where me and Casper were the only one who got bread. It's tough. Of course. Why did you really ask me here, Abbot? In truth, I had hoped to discuss the rising tensions between the Abbey and townspeople. I'd like to clarify the situation for you, Andreas. Clarify what, exactly? I simply want to ensure you understand the circumstances objectively, from all angles. I believe you've only heard from one side of the issue, Andreas. Otto's little speeches about taxes don't account for the entire situation. Why demand such high taxes then, Father? Oh my god, look at all this shit. We got Lebkuchen, plum pudding, fuck, pheasant, ooh, oh boy. What's Lebkuchen? Some kind of baked good, right? Cushion, is that what that means? We're going to start with the pheasant, though. With the scriptorium closure, the taxes are necessary to make up for the lost income. Just because you decided to close the scriptorium doesn't mean the townsfolk should suffer. Don't put the fault on me, Andreas. These taxes are a direct consequence of your actions after you accused Ferenc. He managed the scriptorium. It's a kind of cookie. Oh, okay. It's like a gingerbread. Oh boy. Would you rather the brothers suffer instead, Andreas? The Abbey relies on taxes to survive. The townsfolk know taxes have risen and fallen in the past, and have shouldered the obligation willingly. Brother Guy has gone over the expenses himself. Raising taxes is the best way to cover these costs. But what about prohibiting the peasants from using the forest? That's a new restriction. Yeah, let's have that gingerbread. Saving the plum pudding for later. The forest belongs to the Abbey, and the peasants have no right to use it. Legally, it's theft. Ooh, okay. I got my little Latin dialogue tree. I got my little legal dialogue tree. True, Swabian and Bavarian... Yeah, I'm going to be a Redditor about it. True, Swabian and Bavarian law allow you to control the land as you wish, but the peasants are saying these restrictions go against God's divine law, not any imperial rule, Father. God in his wisdom established the church with his law, and they would do well to remember that. But doesn't God's law account for graciousness and charity? The peasants have exhausted my graciousness and charity for too long already, and have little regard for the church's authority itself. The monastery and church exist to help stop such foolishness and to help regulate mankind's sin and greed. The peasants and townsfolk have gone too far. I hear they will continue their disobedience by collecting herbs on St. John's Eve. The whole town knows I've forbidden it. The matter is grave, and I will excommunicate anyone who defies my order. You would condemn the town over something so petty? That is up to them. Ooh, that plum pudding. Remaining impartial will be impossible as long as you're in town. Support me in ending this foolish rebellion. You have a reputation in town, Andreas. You're a successful man, and the townsfolk believe they are like you. I'd like you to convince the other townsfolk, the printer, for example, that this uprising is not in their best interest. See, here we go. Here we go. A tale as old as time. You have the peasants, the lower classes who are organizing, and then you have the middle class townsfolk and small business owners who are a little bit on the fence, some of them sympathetic and some of them not. And the church wants to try and turn them over to supporting the church's side by having me, a respected painter, come and argue for the status quo. Classic shit. The rest of the town will follow, and the peasants will have no chance to resist. We can end this peacefully. Suck my nuts. Let's see. I don't want the town to come to harm. The peasants have genuine grievances. I want no part in this. The peasants are right, Father. You have been too harsh on them. I won't help you. How unfortunate. I see Otto's speeches have gotten to you. I was hoping to right his mistakes. Otto's vision will only lead to violence, Andreas. I was hoping to avoid such an outcome. Please, take more time to think about it. I apologize. We must conclude for now. I must excuse myself. I am expected to lead a service at Compline tonight. Think on what we've discussed, Andreas. I trust you can find your way out. I will, Father Abbot. Good night. Compline. Yeah, the days are going by faster in the time skip. Suck on these big nuts in your mouth. That's right. Spit in his face. Oh, I didn't realize this was connected to here. I could have just gone here. Oopsie. Sometimes high drama experiences in fiction suddenly reveal to me the ways that I was being oblivious toward authority figures attempting power tactics. Oh boy, that is something that Mad Men really put me onto. Just all of the cattiness and business antics and manipulations. It honestly has helped me be effective in academia so much, even though 1950s advertising on paper is not that similar to current day academia. But there's so many little meetings that have felt like that. Like, especially when we were unionizing, especially around any of the protests and all the things they're trying to do to get faculty to not stand with the students who are protesting, little policies they pass on when and how you can protest on campus, all of these things, how you can use like public space that is campus. It all feels very familiar. And even just some of the conversations I've had with people who work in media trying to tell me what I can say and can't say. They never make it explicit. It's always this undercurrent of pressure, and you have to read between the lines and then be like, no, I'm not going to do that. Suck my nuts. Yeah, I'm an archivist, so mood and same, but I don't have faculty status. Yep. Yeah, staff are in such a fucking pickle. They're treated as way more disposable. They don't, they have to actually like log hours. Like there's just more oversight of the work you do. So it's a lot easier as a faculty member to be like, no, I'm not doing that. And that's why it's all of a more obligation to do so if you can, because hardly anyone can do that. Yes, Lysander, you should watch Mad Men. Everybody should watch Mad Men. Those are blorbos from my shows. That's my shit. What a stunning collection of wildflowers. They all grow so plentifully in the meadow. I'm just seeing if anybody's out here. Because when the peasants do take the forest, I want to see. Oh yes, people are harvesting. The waterfall must flow down from the snowmelt in the mountains above the abbey. God bless you, Andreas. Hi. When I go, the answer is still no, I'm like, fine, but in retrospect, oh, that's why he was like that about that. Yes, a lot of times people will not overtly say that they're putting a ton of pressure on you. What is that little thing on that gravestone? I wish I could enhance. Is it like a chipmunk? So cute. But yeah, so many fucking things like that. Where they're really putting the pressure on you, but they can't say that you must do something. Hate that shit so bad. I've only had 1 or 2 times where I've had to just literally be like, well, I guess we're not having this event, or like, I guess I'm just not, like, where you're really like walking away from the table because the shit's so outrageous. Okay, Smokey's just chilling. Yes, neuronormative norms are a real pain in the ass. There's just it all comes down to power and coercion and shit, and how much power hides itself. That's just in the nature of power. Stealth wealth, passive aggression. If it's overt, then it's easier to counter and to know that it's being wielded against you. But if power denies that it even exists, that's a lot harder. Well, well. You're that artist, the one who lived with the Gertners. Got mixed up in the wonderful killing of that rat, the Baron. Yes, Andreas Mailer. I know your damned name. Anyway, no time to talk now, fancy man. It's time to call the fire. Oh, her paper is degraded too. That is such a cool touch. Does St. John's Eve mean a lot to you? The Saint's Eve, right. On Adam's Mama Perchta. Nus Aden gest guand perti. Vi nus clement ti. Ha 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 ha. All right, I'm gonna go. Ha ha ha. Enjoy the evening, Andreas. But if you want my advice, stay out of the woods tonight. Ah ha ha ha. Or are we doing spells? I mean, is it possible for people who have little to no power can manipulate authority figures in a way? Yes and no. Absolutely. But usually there's strength in numbers and in finding ways out and around what they're trying to do. You have to do a lot of hiding yourself. Andreas, the bonfire looks great. Yeah. You told me to stay away, but look, I don't need any more apologies. Got nothing to do with them. The past is in the past. God will measure our souls in the end. Brigitta and Martin look happy tonight. Do they? Very much so. Happier than I've seen them in a while. They've been through a lot, but still managed to keep their hearts firm. Martin's become far more responsible a man after his return. I just wish... ahem. Never mind. You wish... I wish Wolf hadn't died. I mourn the boy. All these years later. I hoped he'd take up my mantle. I wanted to pass on my knowledge and trade. I'm really sorry, Lucky. I really am. Yeah. Perhaps Brigitte will have another, while I live. She seems happy enough with Martin. And I'd love to hear the patter of small feet again. A boy to hold a chisel and mallet. A little stonemason, making his grandfather proud. I hope your wish comes true. God willing. Whims of an old man. I don't want to keep you from the festivities, Andreas. Go enjoy yourself. Same to you, Lucky. Until later. I'm just now thinking about how Brigitte just suddenly got a new husband. Like, her husband just sucked and disappeared, and then a different man came by and was like, I'm your husband. And it sounds like that was an upgrade for her. Yes, back channels are a great word for it. Manipulation, yeah, you usually have to have some kind of bargaining chip or threat, some kind of power, some kind of access. But anybody can be a little trickster. Anybody can just go behind the scenes. Manipulation is a little bit more overt. Maybe, yeah. Maybe the new sex is bomb. I hope so. Yeah, imagine you get a new husband who says he's your old husband, and all of a sudden he's, like, good at sex. Evening, Andreas. Say, how do you like the bonfire? We built it nice this year. Big and sturdy. It's a fine setup, Carl. Excellent work. I know we can't compare to where you come from, but we still give it our all in celebration of the light who prepared the way for our Lord. Anton, you remember Andreas Mailer, the master artist? Yeah, I've seen him around town. Son, be polite. Hello, Master Mailer. How are you? I am well, thank you, young man. Anton's a good boy, let me tell you. A bit of a rascal, as you can see, but he's got a good head and a good heart. Likes to hide it, though. Dad, will you stop? Easy to rile you up, just like your mother. How is Helena? Is she not attending the bonfire? She'll join us later. She went with Martha to dip their toes into the stream and to pick some flowers for the garlands and wreaths. Oh, little Martha. It's important to hold to traditions. Wreaths, dipping into the stream, aren't these more pagan customs? Not so, Andreas. St. John the Forerunner walks the streets at night, blessing any door with a wreath on it. Isn't he dead? How can he walk around at night? He can't. It's like a figure of speech. The saints have powers beyond us mortals. Andreas here has had his city education ruffle his faith a little bit. Oh, yes. Apologies. We honor them so they can mediate between us and the Almighty. It's why we have the feasts and celebrations. Speaking of, what do you think of the festival so far, Anton? It's fine, I guess. I like the fires when they are lit. The mountains get to twinkle, like the stars. I don't like when people get drunk and rowdy as the night goes on. They get into fights and all. So, everybody likes to let loose sometimes. It's good for the body. I don't know about that, Master Mailer. All I see is blood and bruises. Anyone in particular getting battered and bruised? Well, Martin used to get into trouble a bunch. I guess not so much these days. Anton's got a good eye. Martin's been a solid fellow once he came back, but he sometimes drinks too much. He's calmed down lately. You know, he used to be kind of a shit. Language, boy. God doesn't look kindly on blaspheming. But those are your words, Dad. Best you don't quote me, Quote the scripture instead. It's better for your soul. You listen to your father, Anton. I will, I do. Jesus. Hey, what did I just say? Don't let your mother catch you with that mouth. Well, I'll let you get back to the festivities now. It was a pleasure. Until later, Andreas. Bye. I'll save Casper for later. Oh yeah, let's talk to Brigida and Martin. Why, Martin, look who it is. Good evening, Andreas. Andreas, you're staying for the festival, I hope? Of course he's staying. Who would miss this? Especially after you burly boys built such a beautiful bonfire. A burly boy like me would do anything for you, Dove. Couldn't help myself. Brigitte, Martin, you're both feeling very festive, I see. The food, the fires, the dancing, it really is a night to enjoy. It's to honor the anniversary of the birth of Blessed John, a vigil for he who prepared the way. Yes, and he'd have liked everyone to have a good mood in their hearts and good food in their bellies. As a hermit who wandered in the desert, living off locusts and wild honey, he probably wouldn't agree. I'd like to live off some wild honey myself, if you catch my meaning. So are you going to heed Otto's call and go into the forest? No. I'm really not looking for trouble. There's enough of that going around. Even though you supported him earlier, during his speech? He speaks his mind on what's important, but like I've said, I've no personal interest to provoke the abbot. We are God-fearing people, Andreas. What did you argue about with Otto anyway, when I first saw you in the meadow? Oh, nothing of note. Andreas, please, enough of this talk. We're here to celebrate. And Martin and I will dance until our legs begin to waver. Isn't that right? Would not miss it for the world. That's delightful. I hope you have a great evening. You as well, Andreas. Until later. Yeah, the old Martin would have not passed up the chance. My well-read friend, Till. Hello, Master Mailer. Evening, Till. Enjoying the festival? Very much so. I perhaps feel a tad old for the more active side of the celebrations, but I enjoy the sights and the sounds. Did you know the word for the summer solstice leads back to the Romans? Solstitium, the sun stands still. Much as it looks at this time of year, the sun rises higher for a long time, and then it stays there before falling again. A fitting allegory for the great cosmic arc of mankind. Rise and fall. But to make up for that, dancing, leaping, songs, joy, and mirth. The Romans also had sacred celebrations for both Juno and Vesta around this time, to gain blessings for marriage and family. Sometimes it seems as if the festivals are made to cover up for what the young folk get up to. We know there's no stopping them, not really. Sure couldn't stop me at that age. Young hearts are both fickle and resolute. And they don't just always enjoy the sense of danger. And don't they just always enjoy the sense of danger? I can't blame them. Such excitement gets the blood boiling. It makes you feel alive. I've had my share, thank you. I'd rather read about it these days. Well, with the Abbey selling books from their library, I hoped I could get some for myself, but it proved to be far too expensive. Klaus and his printings have proven to be of more use, and a fair bit cheaper. Have you come across any interesting tales? I have indeed, Master Mailer. Or, I didn't quite understand everything. The text was in Latin. It was by a Roman named is that a T? Or Strabo? Zabo? Sabo? And it was about geography. That's why I noticed it. Ah, the noted philosopher and historian. He was actually Greek by birth. I imagine you were reading his Geographica. Yes, that could have been it. The book was about many kinds of barbarians, which included the Ratii tribe I read about years ago. The people who used to live on this very land before the Romans arrived. He called this place Ratium and described it as a cluster of daub huts, and its people hostile and warlike, only interested in hunting and fighting. There was something about Manus and his sons, but I couldn't understand a lot of it. In any case, when the Romans came, most of these locals were driven out, but some were captured to work in the fields and the mines. What happened to the locals who were forced out? No idea. I would imagine that after the Romans were driven off, when their empire started falling apart, maybe the barbarians came back. But were they really the same people, or nomads from elsewhere? I guess we may never know. Thank you for the quick history. I'll let you get back to the festivities. Enjoy yourself tonight, Master Mailer. Until later. They've been dancing for a minute. Andreas. Salutations, Andreas. Most wonderful to see you here. I see you two have met. What do you want with an inventor? I make all manner of mechanical contraptions, filled with gears and levers and other such delights. Andreas here is a man of the mind. Why shouldn't he find interest in my work? Oops. For all the use it is. The mind of the inventor exists to create, to build, to go one step further. One step further toward the garbage heap. Ha ha. Werner's jealous. It makes sense you'd also be rude to your friends, Werner. What's that supposed to mean? Yes. Perhaps you'll find a friend yourself someday, Master Mailer. Andreas, have you had the chance to look around town tonight? I imagine the sights could be inspiring to your artistic mind. Tassing certainly looks cheerful with the decorations and bonfire. Indeed, look at their peasant ingenuity. Consider the bonfire itself. It is built to allow the air and heat to flow through it at great speed, and how it roars! It's a clever piece of construction, but Otto's a clever man. It's a feat almost worthy of a university degree. These people have natural traditions. They've managed to figure out many clever things without even the most cursory education. It is knowledge that hails from preceding generations, lived experience passed along the chain of time. Not quite the knowledge of a rigorously educated mind, perhaps, but nonetheless useful. You don't need a university education to be smart. I guess Andreas does know that at this point. Of course you would say that. Neither of you know these people like I do. God has assigned them their place in the order of the world for good reason. There is some merit in learning from the peasants. Even you, Werner, given their understanding of herbal remedies. Their traditions are profane. Consider the Eve of St. John, tainted by their pagan rituals. It's an affront to Christ. St. Eligius warned against precisely this nearly 1,000 years ago. Patron saint of goldsmiths, Bishop of Noyon-Tournai, worked tirelessly to convert the pagans of Flanders to Christianity. Now I'm glad that I didn't bring the Jewish couple over to Werner. You're really wound up about this, aren't you? Use that mind the Lord gave you and think, Mailer. Do you think the church will suffer a revived paganism while Luther's acolytes tear down its walls? We live in dangerous times. If you can't see that, you're more of an imbecile than I thought. We have gotten too serious, my friends. Far too grim. We're here to celebrate. I'll let you continue with your evening then. Good night. A very good night. Oh, and do come by my workshop, Master Mailer. I would love to exchange ideas. It would be my pleasure. Splendid. Until then. Mailer. Let me get my boy. Master Andreas, look at how big the bonfire is. The decorations are so fancy. The festivals in Nuremberg are much bigger. Tassing's is quite tame, comparatively. Well, I think it's fantastic. I've never seen anything like this. Can I stay at the bonfire and see the costumes and watch them collect herbs, Master Mailer? Please? Yeah, fuck it. All right, but follow along and don't get in their way. I'm too tired for the festival. I think I'll just turn in for the night. Yes, I promise I won't make trouble. I'll see you tomorrow, Master. So I can't go see people skinny dipping? I wanted to watch it all go down. Bowers are locked up for the night. What about my friend the Gertners? They're also locked up for the night. It's quiet here. Some pretty garlands. There won't be anything over here. Everybody will be gone. Well, the forest looked pretty calm. Didn't see the Muellers at the gathering, but they must be tucked in for the night. So here you can see, was it Slime Mage who asked, that the miller's son has done some much more sophisticated art on the ruins now. There's a couple more figures over here. So he's still practicing his art, but he has to hide it from his family. Yep, everybody's tucked in for the night. This is much more comfortable. Nico is as good as his word. Oh yeah, he got me some more candles. It's getting late. I should get some rest. Hope my son is okay. Ooh, a dream sequence. Good. It's been a minute. Hasn't happened since the time skip, right? Okay, yeah, I guess I gotta go in here. This is finicky. Wow, they're really making me navigate this one. The other labyrinth was simpler. Whatever that means. Sabine. What is it? What? Come home. Stop bothering me. Is that all I am to you? A bother? A hen-pecking harpy? A nuisance to be ignored while you lead another life in Barcelona? Was there ever an ounce of love in your heart for me? As much as you had for me. You can't help but be cruel, can you? Fine. Go back to your whores, the women who make you happy. This house is so lonely without him. Stop. Your presence would only amplify the grief. Stop! Leave me alone. Leave me alone with the memory of him. Stop! Just leave me alone. Just for one night. One night where I don't have to dream about him. Please. Thank you. Sounds like we lost a son as well. Which makes Andreas being so oblivious to other people's grief and what to say about it more confusing. Unless he's just that much in denial. Oh no. Hello, August. What am I supposed to do? Just wait here with you? I suppose I can do that. Just pass the night in silence with you. I'm sorry I couldn't do anything for you. I suppose there's not much one can do against plague. Do you get tired where you are? The last time I saw you, I said goodnight to you. I couldn't come to bed, so I just stood in the doorway. I just stood in the dark. You didn't say anything back, so I said it again. I don't know how long I stood there, just waiting for you to say good night. You still look the same age to me. I wonder if I'll ever forget your face. Do I remember your mother as she is? Or am I just thinking of some perversion of Daniel's portrait? Can you ever picture someone clearly if you love them? I loved you, little boy. I loved you so much. Sometimes I wish I could die so I wouldn't feel it anymore. But I can't. So I retrace my steps every night. And I find my way back to her. Back to you. I love you, August. Good night. Man. Well, that explains why a lot of his references to going back home have been very negative. Oh. My mind palace looks rough. And Beatrice is huge. What happened to this place? Where is Prester John? And where are Socrates and St. Grobian? Grobrium wasn't on the ship of fools. Oh, it's Melancholia. Not Beatrice. Why won't you answer me? No thoughts for Beatrice? You are Beatrice. Aren't you? Once. I was a voice of caution, of prudence. And now? More and less than caution. The ache of doubt that stiffens to paralysis. Paralysis that breeds despair. Melancholia. What happened to you? What happens to you happens to us. The foundations of this city are still moored within the ocean of your mind. Its court does not rule your mind. Your mind rules the court. Once reason, curiosity, and the foolishness of youth dwelt under the aegis of your intellect. I am all that remains, the melancholy of life's autumn. But it is only June. Wit can't save you from your own mind, Andreas. What can? A course other than the one you have already run. Another course? I'm 33. I have a wife, a workshop, clients across the empire. And it's brought you here, Andreas Mailer. What am I supposed to do about it now? Change your life. Wait. I shouldn't be here. I needed to help someone. Is Casper all right? Ah, so your thoughts aren't entirely turned inward. There is still something in you that cares for others, in spite of your melancholy. Perhaps there is still hope for us. Wake up, Andreas. Man, look at these sad little fools. Drinking. This one's stimming and having a meltdown. These little guys are passed out. It's so cute and sad. Oh, it's the middle of the night. Yes, we are going to go creeping around at night. I have to find my boy. Schlau's still doing good. There's a lot of commotion tonight. It sounds like everyone's gone to the woods. Yes, they are, and they're in their costumes. And yes, and I'm in my jams. This is great. They're all gathering their herbs secretively. There's Casper. Oh. Who was that? Master Andreas, what are you doing out here? Casper, thank God. I was worried when you didn't come back. Where have you been? I was at the bonfire with Killian, but I heard a ruckus from deeper in the woods. I left to go see what it was. Uh-oh. Father Gurneau? What are you doing out here? I was chasing one of the townsfolk, but lost track of the costumed buffoon. The forest is off limits. I'll figure out who's breaking the rules and excommunicate them myself. Uh-oh. What was that? Someone is screaming in town. They're really taking this nonsense too far this year. What are we still doing here? Come on. Oh no, this bitch is following me? No. I wanted to go see if people were skinny dipping. God damn. Whoa. Huh. I've never seen these flowers before. I wonder where they found them. Who was that running off anyway? It's too hard to tell who's who in those stupid costumes. Who cares? Let's go see what the screaming is about. Oh, shit. Werner, is he dead? Yes, I'm afraid so. Someone released the rope. The platform crushed him. What? How did this happen? Baltus and Lenhart and I heard the crash and stepped outside to see what had happened. Right, and then we saw a figure in a costume rushing off from the roundhouse. It must have been whoever released the rope. And what were you doing during all of this, Lenhart? Enjoying a light meal with these gentlemen. Ah, what a shame you can't blame me for this, Peter. Casper, look to see if Otto had a note. Huh? Do it. But he couldn't read. No, Master, there's nothing. Are you certain? What were you expecting? I'm not sure. My God. Otto. No, no. You. The abbot must have killed him. The bastard always had it out for Otto. We all knew it. We need answers. How dare you? I won't just stand here and be accused of such a foul act by a peasant. Go after him. Wait, no, the abbot was with us. He's innocent. Casper is right, even if we don't have any proof. Grab the artist and the boy, too. We'll get to the bottom of this. Casper, run. Oh, shit. I mean, I'm the middle class. They can't trust me. I mean, I can't blame them. This music slaps. Brothers, to the library now. Are they just chilling in there? They ran through the church this way. Aw. He's so cute. They've locked the door. Andreas, get out of the way. Otto's death demands justice. The abbot couldn't have killed Otto. He was with us when we found the body. That's true, he did arrive with you, but you don't know where he was before that, do you, Andreas? Who else would want to kill Otto? Coward, killer. Andreas, move. I don't like his stance any more than you, but violence is not the answer, Peter. No mercy, face us. He's a monster. If those monks don't come out, we'll set fire to the whole place and cook them. You've all gone mad. Look, Gernot wasn't the only one who disagreed or disliked Otto. There must be someone else who killed him. You can't hear the music, Asterwild? How's that? Can you hear the audio now? I had to turn it down before because my mic was quieter, but it's really great music, so I don't want y'all to miss out on it. Can anyone else hear the game audio? It should be coming in. Yeah, people always ask me to turn it down because my mic has a real limit on how loud it gets for whatever reason. Okay, glad you can hear it now. Look, Gurnot wasn't the only one who disagreed or disliked Otto. There must be someone else who killed him. We should figure out why someone else would want to kill him. Fine, damn it. You've got one day to find whoever you think is the real killer, Andreas. Otherwise, we'll come back for the abbot. Andreas, all I want is justice for my husband. Please, you must find the murderer. I swear I will find whoever really killed Otto. Man, I am such a late sleeper. The peasants are really convinced that Gurnot killed Otto, but it was impossible. It's no secret that Gurnot and Otto were at odds. Many of the peasants hate the abbot and would like to see him suffer like they have. Master, Peter was furious. He's only giving you a day to find the murderer. Why'd you even agree to find out who really killed Otto anyway? It didn't turn out well last time, did it? Why do it again? Yeah, why am I doing this? I don't want to talk about it. So, who do you think did it then? Where do we even start? We should talk to Lenhart. He always hated the peasants and supported the abbot. He was very vocal against Otto in the town commons the other day. He might have hated Otto enough to kill him. It's worth talking to him and finding out. It's happening again, yes. Oh, what about Martin Bauer? When we saw him talking to Otto, they seemed to be arguing over something. It's not likely. Martin supported Otto and the peasants. It would be worth talking to Martin to see what they were discussing. He might have had an idea of who would want to kill Otto. Or if Otto figured out that he's not who he says he is, he might have killed him. Good idea. Who else? I'm sure we can find some other suspects. We'll have to do some more investigating to find out who the murderer is, but we better move fast. Could the murderer confess to Father Thomas? Well, maybe. Even if the murderer did, Father Thomas is bound by the seal of confession. He won't tell us. However, we could eavesdrop on confessions. Since St. John's Eve just happened, the townsfolk will all come in to confess. Oh, yeah, one of the townsfolk might have heard something anyway. That's a good place to start. We could also ask around at the Golden Hand. The travelers might have seen or heard something useful. What about the person who ran by us in the forest? They were wearing these flowers. I've never seen them before. Right. We have to find the source of those flowers in the woods. That might give us some sort of connection to the killer. We have a lot of good places to start. Even though time is short, we have a good chance at finding the real killer. All right, let's get to work. All right. I think it's going to be kind of like the other investigation where there's a limit to how many people we'll get to speak to. Hello, Master Mailer. Anything I can do for you? Yes, actually. You were pretty vocal against Otto in the town commons. What was that about? Just what I said then. I don't want anyone to get hurt, especially now. We've already had one death in Tassing. We don't need any more. What about the plight of the peasants? You were opposed to Otto's ideas, though. He spoke against violence. Otto was an ideologue. He didn't see the reality of the situation. The Golden Hand relies on pilgrims and travelers for its business, Andreas. If Otto got his way, everything would be chaos. Swabia is burning as it is. We need the law to live civilized lives, Andreas. What Otto was advocating for scared me. Well, it's hardly better now. Otto was the only thing holding Peter back. Dear God, I hadn't considered that. I pray this ends quickly. I should get back to work. If you need anything else, Master Mailer, just let me know. Joshua, God bless you. Looks like he doesn't want to talk to me. Killian, good day, Master Mailer. Nico, Master Mailer, is there anything I can do for you? Nico, have you heard anyone in here talking about Otto's murder? Not just talking about it, but you know. Yeah, you know. He understands, Casper, thank you. Like they had something to do with it? Oh, no. I think I'd remember something like that. Then again, I try not to eavesdrop on conversations. I don't want to get yelled at, or worse. But maybe you could find more luck in talking to people. Beer always tends to loosen people's lips. Buy a round for everyone, and you can have the run of the place. You'll be here a while, though. Interesting idea. Maybe later. Until then. Hello? Let's talk to this guy. Hello, Andreas. No. He doesn't want to talk to me. So we've got a limited amount of time to use in the day, and it sounds like buying everyone around will definitely pass the time. Lenhart is my pick for it. He's a bitch. He's an upper-class snob. He seems like a cruel man. Hello, Master Mailer. Bless you, Master Mailer. Of course, none of this is Stop's fault. He's a good boy. Oh my God, he's so cute. I love a greyhound. He's sharpening his knife. Look at that musket he's got, too. Ah, Andreas, it appears you're caught up in another murder again. Quite unfortunate timing for you. Quite fortunate for you, given your meal with Baltus and Dr. Stolz. You too, Andreas? I understand Peter thinking the worst of me, but why would I kill Otto? Why would I kill Eva's husband? I don't know. Maybe there was something between you and Otto. There wasn't. Trust me or don't, but there wasn't. I disagree with a lot of people in this town. I don't go around killing them. Besides, if Otto brought down the Duke's anger, it wouldn't fall on my head. If you say so, I do. In any case, if you get tired of investigating, my door is open. If you'd like to join my family for a meal or see the mountains, just let me know. See the mountains? Yes, for a brief hunt. Hunt? Yes, for deer. I may be able to help you get some perspective on the situation. I'm investigating Otto's murder. A hunt hardly seems appropriate. If it would help, I can tell you what I know. And I know a fair deal. What do you know? No. Come hunting with me and I'll tell you. This is sussy. But I'm going to do it. Wonderful. You'll have to leave the boy behind, though. He'll slow us down. I understand. Casper, you can stay here with Paul until we return. All right, Master. Oh my God, look at our little furs. How is the climbing suiting you, Mailer? It's a bit more challenging than I was expecting. The worst is over. There's only a little way to go. Rest for a moment and let me know when you're ready to continue. I can see all of Tassing and Crusoe from here. I probably have enough time for a quick sketch. Despite all of Tassing's troubles, it looks peaceful from up here. Why is this so hard? It's like my mind just wants my hand to stop. I can't even draw something as beautiful as this valley. Useless. What a waste of time. Woof. Those mid-30s, baby. Brokeback Mountain. We'll see. All that space devoted to fields. It's a pity we need the peasants to work them. Why do you hate peasants so much? I'd say they're worthless, but they do necessary labor, I suppose. Even so, they're filthy brutes, idiots to the last, fit only to toil. It's hard to really think of them as people. How did you develop such contempt for them? Peasants killed my grandma, okay? It's just like Cruella. A bunch of peasants made my mom run off a cliff. My father taught me that if you try to help a peasant, they'll only drag you down into their muck. Like a dumb cow stuck in mud. It's best to leave them to their fate. Still, their women are of some value. Don't misunderstand me. They're as stupid as the men, but they do have some charms. When they're young, of course. They age like buttermilk in the sun. Haha. What does it matter to you? You're a married man. Andreas, marriage is for raising children, keeping a household. There's nothing wrong with enjoying fruit from a tree in another man's yard from time to time. Oh, really? And how many men have enjoyed the fruit from your tree? None, because Elsie is mine. No man in this town would dare. He'd be dead within the day. Not even the abbot would hold me responsible for it. You rely a great deal on your friendship with the abbot. The abbot is a strong ruler, and he controls his lands with a firm hand. These peasants don't understand how good they have it. Whether the peasants disband or suffer the duke's wrath, the abbot's current peril is only temporary. Well, that's enough talk for now. Are you ready to head up? Yes, let's continue. Oh, it's so beautiful. This guy seems too obvious, but I also don't care. I hate him, and if he dies, I love that. Deer come through this clearing at all times of year. There's a natural blind up ahead. We can watch from there. And here you go. Here's another reason to hate him. He's killing deer. Minigame, though. I have to admit, I didn't think much of you when you were last in Tassing. Poor artist and all that. That's interesting, because I didn't think much of you, either. Don't act like we're not alike, Mailer. We've both made something of ourselves. 7 years ago, you were boarding in a run-down peasant's hovel. Now you're a master, running your own workshop in Nuremberg. Men like us make our own fortune. Didn't your father build the mill? The old mill. I built this one. The only windmill in Bavaria. With his fortune. Oh, with his fortune. You're missing the point. We've built something for ourselves. Peter Gertner will toil the same field his father did until he drops. Big Jorg will do the same. Yeah, I inherited an emerald mine, but I made people toil through it myself. Peasants ask for the world, but they can't even comprehend what's outside of their tiny plot of land. Where is this conversation leading? This rebellion by the farmers, it won't go anywhere. Whether it ends peacefully or violently, they won't win. If they need a scapegoat for Otto's death, look to Martin Bauer. Why would he want to kill Otto? Martin didn't want to support Otto's little rebellion. He was quite happy with the way things were. Something changed recently. I think Otto learned something about Martin that Martin didn't want to get out. It was dire enough to change Martin from resisting Otto to wholeheartedly supporting him in front of the town. How fortunate it is that you were eating with Werner and Baltus when the murder happened. It must have been Providence. God wouldn't want me punished for something I didn't do. Shh, get down. He's there, see him? You lead, I'll follow. Oh, man. He's too beautiful. Oh, shit, I'm not in control of it. Oh, yes, I am. I'm gonna whiff it. Oh, shit. You missed me by inches. I heard the ball fly past my head. Better than hearing it hit the back of your skull. I'll admit it's not the most accurate weapon, but it hits the target in the end. What a privilege, not getting my head blown off by my hunting partner. Oh, relax, Mailer, you're fine. Let's find the stag. It can't have gone far. Fixing his little hat. Oh, poor baby. It's not dead yet. Damn it, Andreas, you missed entirely. I suppose your fine hands aren't used to the weight of the crossbow. You seem to take pleasure in overpowering helpless creatures. It's the nature of a wolf to feed upon sheep. You're a miller. You make flour. I'm a miller with a gun. Yeah, this guy blows. Since time immemorial, rich, pampered assholes have been play acting at the things working class people do to survive, to feel tough. Now then, let's find a long stick to carry the deer. His face. It was a good hunt. Thank you for coming with me. I went with you hoping you would tell me something useful about Otto's death. And I did. Maybe it wasn't what you wanted, but I don't really care about what you want. Think about what I said. About Martin. I'll look into it. I'm glad to hear it. Good luck, Andreas Mailer. Shit, that's it? That's all I get? Fuck. Okay. Who do I want to get lunch with? Oh, Master Mailer, do you have meal plans? My husband was hoping you'd eat with us. Do I continue to pull at this thread and hope that he says something that I can use against him? I do really like Elsie and her son also, and you know they're going to have good food here. Baltus also wanted me to eat with him. I could go to the Bowers. I'm going to say no for now and poke around and see. I understand. Some other time then. Let's see if Bower will have me. Wait, no, I'll talk to Martin. Hello, Andreas. No. Hello, Andreas. Could you spare me a moment, Brigitte? I suppose. What do you need? It was so strange seeing Martin. What do you mean? It seems like he came back from his travels a changed man. For the better, yes. For all the grief he gave me. We're happy now. Is that so bad? I just didn't expect it of Martin. He did get into an argument with Otto when I was coming into town, though. What happened there? Why all the questions about my husband, Andreas? Man, these are all too obvious. I'm trying to catch up on everything that's changed in Tassing. You're a poor liar, Andreas. I'm looking for any reason someone might want to murder Otto. Otto was pressing Martin to support him in the town commons, Andreas. Martin has changed, but his history in this town is remembered. He doesn't want to cause more trouble. He didn't want to speak in the commons because he's afraid of the abbot. They squabbled over it. That's all. Otto threatened Martin if he didn't cooperate. What was your husband so afraid Otto knew? Help me understand the truth, Brigitte. Martin does have a secret. I'll tell you. My Martin never came back. He died on the road. The man who came back is Jobst Farber. Wow, I did not think she was going to tell me straight up like that. Hello, KPPK. He traveled with my husband, and when Martin died, he took my husband's place. They looked alike. No one even noticed. Jobst has been a better husband than Martin ever was. He had a rough past, but he's a changed man. He saved the farm and our family. He works hard and lets me spend as much time with Veronica as I want. Wait, are they gay? Wait a second. Wait, because it was Brigitte and Veronica who go skinny dipping, right? He's a miracle I never expected to have. I don't know how Otto found out, but I'm not surprised he held it over Jobst to get his way. That wasn't fair of Otto, but Jobst wouldn't kill Otto over it. If anyone finds out he's impersonating Martin, he could face a criminal charge. One far less severe than murder. Please, Andreas. I'm pregnant with his child. He's a good man. Leave us out of this. I'll do what I can to keep your family safe. Thank you, Andreas. I'll see you later. Until then. Okay. Interesting. Good to see you, Andreas. Hello, Cat. Martin seems different from how I remembered him. What changed? Oh, that's right. He was still gone by the time you left Tassing. He returned several weeks later, like he always did. Yeah, we already had this whole dialogue, actually. Would Martin have any reason to hurt Otto? Of course not. They'd become close friends over the past few years, like brothers. Even brothers quarrel. After France died, God blessed me by returning my son to me, healed of his darkness. We should be giving thanks that the Lord led Martin to the light. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. I'm just trying to find out who really killed Otto. Trust me, Andreas. I know my own son. Martin would never do such a thing. As you say. Until later, Andreas. Until then. Okay. Veronica. Who... Where does Veronica live again? Veronica. I can't remember what family she's from. Veronica Gertnerin. Oh, Veronica Gertner. Daughter of Johann and Hetty Bauer, sister of Hans, married to Big Jorg. Okay, that's right. Close friends with Brigitte. Close friends with Brigitte. Okay, let's go to the Gertners then. Gotta get down to the bottom of this gay shit. More than the murder. Hello, Andreas. Peter is unhinged right now. I don't know if I want to mess with him. He has reason to be pissed, but... Huh. Where's Veronica? Hello. Hello, Ursula. Do you remember me? No. Should I? It's me, Andreas. I've been a friend of your family for ages. I'm practically your uncle. Oh, the artist, right? I kind of remember. I think you told me a story once. Mom and Dad don't talk about you that much. Oh. They said you went away to make art all over the world when I was little. What was that like? Well, while I was in Aragon, I learned a new technique to make colors that... No, not about the art, Andreas. About your travels. All right. I've never met so many different people than I have in Aragon. The ports are bustling with Saracens and ships full of gold coming back from the New World. Mom said a dark man from Abyssinia visited once, but I was too little to remember. She said he was a Christian and lived in the abbey with the monks. Yes, Brother Sabhat. He was just visiting, delivering a gift to the abbot. He told you a story, too. Up in the shrine to St. Moritz. Do you remember? I don't think so. He sounds interesting. I wish someone interesting would visit us. Cough. You never know who might turn up in Tassing. I guess. Andreas, can I ask you something? Of course. Do you know the stories about Perchta and the Wild Hunt? Wild Hunt. In Germanic folklore, the Wild Hunt is a supernatural cavalcade of spirits and fiends which may cause destruction or portend war and other catastrophe if not adequately appeased. The Wild Hunt is often led by a legendary figure such as Perchta or the Devil. A little. I didn't learn about them until I lived here. Why? Are they bad? Cough, cough. Bad how? People say my grandpa used to talk about Perchta and the spirits and charms. And the old woman, Attilia, she talks about them too, and says all these words I don't understand. She told me they're part of the old ways or something. So, why do you think they're bad? Well, my dad says that I shouldn't listen to any of it. He said it's nonsense and that Father Thomas would be mad. He said he only tolerates it with old people because they're too stuck in their ways. I don't want to get into trouble, but Attilia says if I don't learn the old ways, they'll just be forgotten. Why are you asking me? I'm afraid if I ask someone else, they'll tell my dad, or worse, Father Thomas. So, are they bad? Cough, cough. No, they're not bad. You should learn what you can while you can. Really? I mean, why not? Failed. Failed to convince her. I'm sorry. Forget I said anything. Until later. Man, my persuasion stat is not helping with shit. Hello, Andreas. Hello, Andreas. Oh, wow, he does not want to talk to me. Where is Veronica? Maybe she's over here. Andreas, you and me need to talk. All right, what's on your mind? Why are you helping the abbot? You know what he's been doing. What he's been doing to our families. Peter is threatening the entire abbey, not just the abbot. I suppose you do have some friendliness with them. Those monks never did any good by me or my family. By my measure, they've done a lot of harm. I understand your anger toward the abbot, but the monks don't deserve to die. And what do we deserve, Andreas? To starve? When's the last time you went hungry, Andreas? In the last month, I count more lean days than full. If it weren't for Ulrich's charity, we wouldn't have had any bread at all this week. Then the abbot should answer for it, but not by burning the abbey down. Well, why not, though? I'm kind of feeling like, why am I involving myself in this? It's just because I'm a middle-class asshole. If it were me, I'm saying fuck him. Like, maybe give some of my homies notice to flee. Like Matthew and Illuminata and stuff, but fuck the abbot. Alright, you know what? If you're dead set on this, I think I can point you towards someone. What? Really? Yes, really. It's my nephew, Martin. Martin? I have heard others voice similar concerns. Yeah? And that's probably why he killed Otto. Because Otto was suspicious? Because I don't think he's who he says he is. I don't think he's Martin at all. Why do you think that? We all see what we want to see here, Andreas. The things we don't want to see, we ignore it as long as we can, for everyone's sake. I don't say anything about Eva's pretty blonde hair. Oh, wait a second here. Jorg doesn't say anything about my daughter's friendship with Brigitte. Oh, shit. They really are lesbians. Brigitte and Kat don't say anything about Martin. Strong Martin. Hard-working Martin. Faithful Martin. Do you have any evidence? No. Just suspicion and a reason not to trust the man. When the abbot decided to give us old Ranning Kemper's land, there was a fee we had to pay. We needed to expand. My brother and I couldn't say no. So the land went to both of us. And after France's death, a portion went to Martin. That doesn't seem like the worst thing. No, it wouldn't be if Martin hadn't brought up the idea of selling off the lease. That or parceling it out to other families. It gets complicated, but he'd be putting my land on the other side of someone else's. This whole arrangement works because we hold the land together. Do you really think Martin, whoever he is, killed Otto? I think it's possible. If he can sleep with another man's wife and steal his land, maybe he could be a killer, too. All right. I'll consider it. Good. I'm no snitch. I'm not snitching on this. I think Martin's great. Now let's talk to Veronica about being gay. Hello, Andreas. Good to see you back in town. Hello, Veronica. How have you been? Oh, you know, pulled every which way. Mom's been a cow about when I'll give her grandchildren. As if I'm not doing enough work already. You shouldn't rush something as important as children. That's what I keep telling her. Maybe you should talk to her, Andreas. If it comes from someone as successful as you, maybe she'll pay attention. Anyway, I should get back to work. We're all preparing for the festival. I'll leave you to it. Until later, Veronica. See you, Andreas. Hello, Andreas. No dialogue here. Damn, so the Widow Kemper's house went to Martin. Jobst. And Eva is who? Not Lenhart's kid. That doesn't work out. Where does Eva get her blonde hair from? I'm missing that piece. Oh, well, here she is. Oh, Andreas. Are you all right? I knew something like this would happen. He believed in what he was doing. I know he was doing the right thing. But, Andreas, I was so scared. I don't know what I'm going to do now. It's hard to deal with death that's so sudden. I don't remember my mother. She was gone before I ever knew her. And now Otz is never going to know his father. Someone was talking about how pretty the wives were earlier. Yeah, Lenhart. But is Lenhart old enough to be Eva's dad? I'm sorry, Andreas. I'm just so tired. When's the last time you ate something, Eva? Oh, I'm not sure. I should eat something. For Otz's sake. Would you mind sitting with me? Ah, shit. I'm not going to get as much information from this lunch as I would with other people. Unless, well, she might know about the beef her husband was getting into. Let's do it. Wah! Thank you for coming. It's not easy being alone right now. Wah! Yes, I know you're here, little boy. Let's eat our sorrow together. Yes, I suppose we both have problems to deal with. Please, sit. I'm sorry. I'm just used to my father or Otto praying. Would you like me to pray? If you wouldn't mind. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts which we are about to receive from your bounty. Receive Otto's soul into your kingdom. Through Christ our Lord, amen. 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 Thank you for doing this, for trying to find Otto's killer. I know my father and the others, they forced you into it, but I appreciate it. Otto was a good man, Eva. You deserve to see his killer brought to justice. He always spoke highly of you. I'm glad you feel the same way. Eva, may I ask you something about Otto? I know it's hard. It is, but I need to help if I can. What do we got here? Cabbage and bread pottage. Not the heartiest of meals. And rye bread. Who do you think may have had cause to kill Otto? The abbot, of course, but there were others in the town who resented Otto for what he was doing. They must have hid it well, because it seemed like everyone around here supported him. Most people support him, but it bothered my father that it took the inheritance and forest laws to get Otto on our side. The peasants have been dealing with the abbot's taxes and property schemes for years. You remember what happened to Attilia Kemperin's farm. She and her husband worked that land for years. She's been reduced to little more than a beggar, working for the church she hates. But surely that didn't affect you after you married Otto. But it affects my family and my neighbors. What kind of Christian would I be if that didn't trouble me? There had to be some people who were unsympathetic, like Lenhart. Of course, but no one hates the peasants the way he does. I can't think of anyone else who spoke out against Otto. You managed to convince most of the townsfolk that the peasants' cause was right. If anyone harbored resentment about it, they kept quiet about it. Do you think Otto was taking things too far? I don't think so. He believed that the peasants' cause was just, but talking wasn't accomplishing anything. He needed something extreme to shake the abbot up. He thought St. John's Eve was one way to do it. It may be hard to believe with what's happening now, but Otto never wanted violence. Eating my rye bread. I'm sorry, I don't think I can talk much more about this. I just want it to be over with. Of course, Eva. Thank you for your help. Mistress Eva, are you feeling well? You've barely eaten anything. I don't have much of an appetite, but I'll be all right. I'll eat in a bit for Otz's sake. Thank you, Casper. And a little more rye bread. What about you, Andreas? I'm sure you weren't expecting this to interrupt your trip home. I have mixed feelings about returning to Nuremberg. Things are difficult at home. I have a huge commission waiting for me, and I have no interest in doing it. No interest in any art, to be honest. What do you mean? You always seemed to love painting. When I saw your masterpiece just before you left, I still think it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. What's happened to you in the last 7 years? Success happened. I make art for nobles, merchants, and bankers whose only interest is vainglory. It sounds like you need to make something new, something for different people. You have a talent that could reach more people than you know, Andreas. What do you mean? Think about Klaus. Even a peasant up here in the mountains can afford the books he prints and sells. The words and images in those books can help us understand places and things and ideas we will never be able to see for ourselves. That may not matter to all of us, but to some of us it does. It matters to me. So if you want to make art that matters, make it about something important. And make it for someone who cares. I wish it were that easy. I really do. Wah! Oh no, it's feeding time. Of course. Thank you for the visit, both of you. It helps. Think about what I said, Andreas. You don't have to be unhappy. I will. Thank you. And thank you for trying to find justice for Otto. God bless you. Shit, it's nighttime already. Fuck. I gotta talk to more people. Where did the day go? Actually, I'll go this way. I didn't even talk to anybody in the Abbey. They're locked up for the night. Steinhauers are locked up for the night. Maybe everybody is. I wonder how long Rat House construction will be delayed now. Stolz, Eisenkopf. I was hoping maybe I could get some dirt on Lenhart from Balthus, but probably not. He might be charming, but he's still an enemy of the people. They're locked up. Oh yeah, I could have sat in on confession too. Fuck. Yeah, you would just have to pick an angle and work it. Like, that's something that this game is doing that, I mean, it seems accurate to the time, but also tough and frustrating, is you're not getting a real investigation. Not really. You kind of have to just pick a story you want to tell about who's guilty and then run with it. Gonna go game with some friendos. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, KPPK. Thanks for hanging. Here's some flowers, Master. Close, but not a match to the ones you found. Let's keep searching. Yeah, it seems like it has a lot of replayability. Good to see you, Master Mailer. I mean, even Otto and Eva ending up together is something I had a hand in, so I'm not sure if they're even together in every version of this time period. Brother Woslav uses thyme in almost all the Abbey's cooking. Maybe because it grows so easily here. Look, Master Andreas, flowers. They're not the ones you found, though. See the petals? Let's keep looking. We're looking for a yellow flower. Oh, look at these flowers, Master. Yes, but they don't match the ones you picked up. We should keep looking. I've never had Attilia work in the church in any of my 3 runs, so it's fun to see the different outcomes. Yeah, well, props to you for protecting her. when I did not. What about these, Master Andreas? No, these flowers are red. They don't match what you found. Those are kind of yellow. Oh yeah, protecting her, sure. Master Andreas, more flowers. Still not quite the match we're looking for. Must be part of the forest we haven't looked at yet. Huh. Poke at the edges of the flowers. Yeah, I'm so excited to finish a run and then just go through the whole fucking TV tropes. Because I know that I won't get all endings. I just won't probably play it out enough to do that. Some other corner of the forest. Oh, here we go. This is where they went running. Master, I think I see an opening behind these trees that leads to a deeper area of the forest. Could this be where that mysterious costume figure ran when Otto was murdered? TV tropes is so goated. I love it. We should see where it leads. It could take a while, though. We'll come back when we have more time. We're not ever gonna have more time. Ready to see where this goes, Master? We'll come back when we have more time. I can't go right now, damn it. Fuck. Tomorrow, they're gonna want to know who the ding old murderer is. These are not the flowers either. See if anybody will talk to me. Whoa. What happened here? Is this just from when they stormed the place? These cucumbers are growing quickly. I'm sure whatever isn't eaten will be pickled. I wonder what recipes the brothers have for peas. Oh yeah, TV Tropes is also just covered with ads and stuff on mobile. I definitely only look at it. Ooh, the cellar. On desktop with like a ad blocker and stuff. Oh! Is that Stop? Oh my god. I wish my cat wasn't here. I kind of want to grab her. Oh, he's stretching. Feed the cat, yes. Give him a little snossage. Oh my god, I give him a whole fucking snossage. That's sweet. Achievement, fed Stob. Nothing to see here. Haven't been over here in a minute. The abattoir is open. Ooh, okay. A book? Why would there be a book left out here? It's been left open. I wonder who is reading this. I wonder which work it is. Oh god, this looks like a book of exorcism and occultism. Whatever this text was for, it certainly has no place in the Abbey. There's a loose page here. What the fuck? Orioth Pinen Osel Triboi Noyoth Belferith Camoy Astaroth Sabranoi Sismael Mirael Otto Otto's name is in the middle of a summoning circle. But why? This writing on the side is in a different hand. Le bosson de suhuis l'incier pour bougie. What does it mean? Bougie? Necromancy manual. Who would know about that? Maybe Sister Illuminata would be the place to start. If she's seen that book before. Oh, I can go in there. Let's check out the cemetery. Doesn't look like there's anything to see here. Just my homie, Piero. And Mother Cecilia. See if Matthew's chilling. Now Matthew has like a whole private spot that him and his boyfriend Rudiger can smash in. And they have the abandoned scriptorium, so it's probably a lot easier to be fucking gay now. You do gay shit. The scriptorium fell into disrepair. I already read this. It's Brother Guy's old desk. Why are there still supplies here? Mostly writing tools and parchment inside, except... But wait, what's this? Are those lemons? And a penknife? That's strange. What use would he have for lemons at his workstation? Okay. This is all connected. Oh, it's this drunk guy. You're free to wander, Andreas, but stay out of the library. Peter's orders. Damn. Fabian. Go as you please, Andreas, but stay out of the library. Peter's orders. So they're still all hidden up in there. The sacristy. This was locked before too, right? Ooh, we're getting a cutscene. Oh no, the peasants looted everything in here too. Move my chat. Ciborium and tabernacle have probably belonged to the abbey for centuries. Ciborium, a cup or other vessel for the holy host to sit with before and after the Eucharist, typically made of precious metals. Tabernacle holds the holy host in a locked and secure box between services of the Eucharist, God's holy place. Of course they did. The sacristy is just piles of gold in the shapes of crosses and candlesticks. We should still look around to see if anything is left. I don't see anything, Master. Oh, look, a journal. It might be Guy's ledger. Let's take a look. I don't understand any of this. Let me take a look at these entries. The Abbey's income. Mostly donations from pilgrims. It's not much. These are the Abbey's expenses. Some of the numbers are awfully high. Wait a minute. I think I see now. Guy is using double bookkeeping, a difficult type of accounting to understand. The Abbey is struggling to make ends meet, but the accounts seem to balance out. Oh, this page is not part of the ledger. It's just a sheet of parchment with a few notes. But why was it tucked away in this ledger like this? Hang on, those lemons we found in his desk. I wonder if he used lemon juice to write an invisible message. Oh, I think I do smell lemon on the parchment. Casper, bring me that candle over there. If we hold the page above the fire, we might find something. Oh, there's something. Oh, now we're burning it. I don't see anything. I'm trying, man. Oh, I have to hold it. Oh, fuck, I'm burning it. Shit. Wow, they're making this touchy. Fuck. Oh my god. Fuck. Am I holding it too close? Fuck, 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 fuck. Wow, this is really sensitive. Fuck. Okay, there we go. They finally just gave it to me. Oh my. Guy was stealing from the Abbey. In March alone, he stole almost 7 florins worth of funds. That's as much as my father makes in months. He's sending it to the account of an Asperger man who's depositing it with the fuggers. An Asperger man who's depositing it with the fuckers. If Otto knew about this, Guy would certainly have motivation to silence him. At the very least, it's evidence we can use to show Guy was sending skimmed money to a proxy account in Augsburg. All right. I guess we could have Guy hang for this. Though, you know, I'm starting to like the guy. I don't care about him scamming the church. That's not my problem. Let's go to the tower. Slay. The slay of it all. Oh, I can use the crypt to get into the library. Duh. Not even the crypt was spared from the looting. And they all know they could get out this way, too. Who is there? Is it you, Lord, come to claim my soul? It's Andreas, Brother Adok. Oh, Andreas, dear boy. You don't look so good. I have been better. The escape to the library winded me. I feel aches, a heavy heart. But it will pass if God wills it. Could someone help you, Florian, or... Do not concern yourself with me, Andreas. The others... Make sure the others are well. They're fine. You're the one who might be dying. If the time has come, Andreas, then it has come. It is in the hands of the Lord. I must rest. Keep holding on, Brother Adok. Gernot. God bless you, Andreas. Has anything new come to light in the investigation of Otto's death? I must speak with you urgently about Brother Guy. Now is really not the time to discuss the enmity between you, Andreas. I know you do not care for each other, but it's hardly appropriate. Guy's been stealing from the Abbey. Pardon me, I must not have heard you right. He's been obscuring it in the ledger, but the evidence is there. In March alone, he stole almost 7 florins worth of funds and sent it to Fuggers in Augsburg. A prominent, extremely wealthy banking family in Augsburg. They held business interests throughout the free imperial cities and a monopoly on the European copper market. My God, that can't... How did you learn this? I found a receipt in the back of the Abbey's ledger, written in lemon juice. If Otto somehow knew about this, you can't think Brother Guy would have killed him. He absolutely would. I won't believe it, not Brother Guy. He doesn't have the disposition. He's snide at times, but to kill a man, Andreas, no. I don't think violence of that kind is in his nature. I know his heart. You couldn't have made a mistake? Are you certain? You can check the receipt yourself. All you need is a candle. I suppose I must. These times are so dark, Andreas. Even with the Lord's light to guide us, I do not know how we will go on when this is through. There's little I can do about this now, but should we survive the coming days, the consequences for Brother Guy will be dire. Hello, Silharsa. Thank you for hearing me out. Whatever you think of me and my intentions, I do care about Curceau. We have not always seen eye to eye, but I have never doubted your care for this place. In that, at least, we are aligned. One final thing. Have you spoken with him about this? No, not yet. So he doesn't know he's been found out. Very well. Go with God, now more than ever. You as well, Father Gounod. I just don't care about the church's money, and I don't like Father Gounod and how he's treating the peasants, and so I feel like, fuck it. I'd kind of still rather have Father Gounod fucking swing. You asshole. You told Gounod. Oops. You are a true bastard, Andreas Mailer, and you deserve the very worst of what's coming to you. Brother Guy, I'd like to think we've been on reasonably good terms until now. Does that count for nothing? Yeah, no, it counts for nothing. It counts for shit now that you've told the abbot. Do not speak to me again. Damn, he overheard. Andreas Mailer, I heard word you were in Tassing, but you did not come to visit. I'm sorry, Brother Florian. I should have come by earlier. While I am glad to see you again after all this time, I do not see this a sensible act. You've put yourself at risk sneaking in here. I wanted to see how you all are holding up. We are not out of danger, if that is what you have in mind. The peasants are on edge, and we are stuck. You fear they truly want more violence? They may not be trained soldiers, but it does not take much military acumen to burn down a building full of books. If they hurt the abbot or damage the abbey, the Duke's armies will not show leniency. Believe me, a direct confrontation with real soldiers will end in a slaughter. You've said much about the peasants, but what about you and your brothers? Oh, I am well, Andreas. I have been through worse. The Battle of Cosmin, the siege of Dornet Castle, death and suffering. Too much of that, perhaps, for a young mind. Long enough ago by now. Here, others who hold my attention. I worry about Volkbert and Rudiger. They are gentle people and not about to withstand this terror and violence. Homos. But I am especially worried about Adok. I tried talking to him. He didn't look good. He is old and frail, and his health has grown worse since we fled here. He remarks of pains in the chest. Oh no. I'm cut off from my tools, and were it not so, I am unsure of what might help against his affliction. Perhaps salvatrix. Salvia? Y'all got salvia? You want to have the worst high of your life? Or papaver somniferum. Somniferum. I'm willing to do what I can to help. You are good of heart, Andreas. Asking Sister Gertrude might be most prudent in this case. She knows the plants best. Be safe, Andreas. You as well, Brother Florian. Lucas. Oh, Volkbert's so sensitive. I can't. Oh, he's losing it. Volkbert, it's gonna be all right. How can you know that, Lucas? Trust in Providence, brother. The Lord guides us through Gethsemane. They're going to hurt us. They won't. Look, Andreas is here. He will help. Lucas, Volkbert, yes, I will help any way I can. It's all looking better already, Volkbert. God has sent us a mediator. Sniff. I don't want to die. You're not going to. We all will. No, please. Volkbert, peace and calm. Think of the heavenly realms above us, where angels sing praises to our Lord every day. What if I join them? Will I join them if I die? We all join the choir. One day. But you won't die here, Volkbert. Listen to Andreas. He will help us. Stay safe, brothers. I'll go try to solve this mess before anyone else gets hurt. God bless you. God save us. I've been wondering, are we supposed to interpret Brother Volkbert as maybe having like intellectual disabilities? Has anybody else get that implication? Oh no, the gays. God bless you, Andreas. Unser Trochen hat versalt Sancte Petri gemalt. Das Imaginären se immer... is that a D? Denketen man. Kyrie eleison. Christe eleison. Brother Rudiger... No, I'll just keep listening. Habt ihr auch mit euren Himmelriches Porten. Brother Rudiger, what are you whispering? It's an old song from his home, Andreas. I think it soothes him. Dar in mach iskerien der Ulie nerian. Kyrie eleison. Christe eleison. Sigh. Never heard it before. The height difference is so cute. It's generally not a part of any hymnals, but I believe it helps soothe him. I worry about Brother Rudiger. He has been deep in prayer ever since we fled into the library. All this violence and strife does not conform with his gentle soul. You really care for him, don't you? This kind and thoughtful man. Who wouldn't? You'll find out who killed Otto, won't you? I have to. There's so much at stake. See, I told you. Kyrie eleison, Christi eleison. Brother Rudiger, why don't you sing for the others to hear? The others? Yes, all your brothers. You're the cantor. Yours is the voice that leads them. I don't know. You can do it. I believe in you, and Matthew believes in you. We all do. All right. I suppose I can try.
Sancte Petre gewalt, dass mag in Erian, selmodingen den Mann, Kyrie
So beautiful. Sweet. Hello, Brother Woslav. Do you have a moment? Of course, Andreas. What do you need? I was hoping to seek your guidance about who may have killed Otto. I don't know how much I can help you, Andreas. I'm afraid I didn't concern myself too much with Tassing's troubles. Surely you can recall something Otto did that made someone angry. Otto was not always an easy man to get along with. He clashed with several brothers here over the years. Anything recently? Let me think. Several of the brothers were upset when he demanded Father Gournot reveal the Abbey's financial records. Probably Guy, right? Increased scrutiny on the financial records means somebody finds him fucking around. He does have a point. The Abbey is still doing well compared to the peasants. It's not his place. Who was the most upset? Andreas, I shouldn't bring up Abbey concerns to outsiders. Wow, I have no fucking stake with Woslav. I've got no riz with him. Just tell me so I have something to tell Peter. So you can implicate one of the brothers in Otto's death? No, Andreas, not for your convenience. Enough of this. God bless you, Andreas. The song Rudiger sang is the oldest known German song/hymn. Oh my god. That's so cool. What's the name of it? If you happen to know. Sounds like you do. This is all I can do in here. Also, thank you every European person for hearing me mangle every language. Petrusliad, Song of Peter. Cool. It was beautiful. I was looking at the album that they have, the vinyl of the soundtrack for this game, and it has such beautiful art on it. It's just so fucking cool. I don't have a record player, but if I did, I would want it for both the art and the music. It's so fucking beautiful. Are these the flowers? I think I've been everywhere, right? Pretty much. Maybe not the aquarium. Every time around the church when the camera changes, I think it's about to be a cutscene, and it never is. The reliquary used to contain the hand of St. Moritz. It appears to be missing, though. I wonder where it's gone. Yeah, where did they say they stored it at? Do we know? I know it was taken out of the shrine, but I don't know if we know where it went. Ah, feverfew. It always smells so fresh. That and its juices are especially good for hangovers. Here's a yellow flower. That could be it. Ah, the many-petaled cinquefoil. Nope. We've already looked at that. Oh, let's pet Mousefanger. So cute. Into the convent. Oh, Sedena. Greetings, Master Mailer. Oh, she's just chilling here? She's so sketchy. God love her. God bless you, Andreas. She doesn't want to talk either. So that's probably it we can do for the night, I think. Most people's houses should be pretty closed up, and I can't wander the woods. So I don't know if I'm going to get any more information one way or another about who did the murder. Yeah, they're locked up. Yeah, nothing to do. Nothing to do but sleep, and then I have to decide who to blame. Unless there's anybody to talk to at the inn. Look at him standing all gaily. His little legs crossed. Too late to get everybody drunk, I imagine. Hello, Master Mailer. Anything I can do for you? No, nothing. Sorry to bother you. All right. Let's get in our little tunics, young man. Go to sleep. No dream. Oh. Uh-oh. Andreas, get up. Wake your boy, too. Peter, what are you all doing here? We're getting you. You're needed in the commons. Let's go. We'll be asking the questions, Mailer. Can people not hear me? All right. We'll get dressed and be along. Let me check my shit here. Yeah. Audio seems to be working for me. Hello, Deathbot. Yeah, looks like it's working. Casper, wake up. Master Andreas? What's going on? It's the middle of the night. Something's happening in the commons. Peter and the others want us there. Will we be alright, Master Andreas? Peter seems upset, but we should be fine, I think. Oh, well, thanks for hanging out. All right, now that everyone's here, we can start. Start? Start what? We're holding a trial for Otto's murderer. You're the one with the evidence. So you've decided a Vemic court is the best way to handle this? This isn't Westphalia. Also called the Silent Court or Courts of Punishment, these are Westphalian courts overseen by lay judges who can pronounce and execute capital punishment on behalf of the emperor. They have a dark reputation for vigilantism. Westphalia, a duchy of the Holy Roman Empire, located northwest of the center of the empire. It is ruled by the Archbishop of Cologne, one of the powerful prince-electors of the empire. You woke me up for a trial? Yes, we damn well did. You've had your time and we need justice now. Well, what have you found? We're all waiting. Hold on, I've barely had a day to investigate. I can hardly come to a conclusion so soon. Answer the man, please, Andreas. Give us the killer. Calm down, everyone. Well, you better fucking decide, Mailer, or you can watch the damned abbey go up in flames. Be quiet. I have a woman in labor right next door. This behavior is shameful. If she loses her child because of this fighting, it will be on your souls. Agnes is right. I know you want justice for my husband, for your friend, but I don't want things to get worse than they already are. Please, Dad, give Andreas a little more time. Fine. Andreas, you've got until that baby is born. After that, we'll claim our justice. Work fast, Mailer. Uh-oh. Good evening. Is it customary in Tassing that the people gather in the commons in the middle of the night? We do what needs to be done when it needs to be done. Who is asking? My name is Tristan von Fraunberg. I'm here on behalf of the Duke of Bavaria. The Duke is aware that you have been disturbing and distributing and discussing the 12 articles. He is also aware that you have been disputing conditions of taxation and land use with the Abbot of Curceau. The Duke is merciful. He does not seek to punish Tassing for these disputes, but his mercy has limits. The Duke has become aware that you have imprisoned the abbot and monks of Curceau within the abbey. This is insult. This is rebellion. For this there can be neither tolerance nor mercy. You have until sunset tomorrow to vacate Curceau Abbey and release the abbot and all monks. If this is not done, the Duke's soldiers will enter the town and the abbey in force. As certain as night follows day, they will kill every man and boy who stands in their way. God protect us. What? No. We never wanted to threaten the abbot, sir. He wouldn't listen to our demands. We're starving. Such efforts were necessary since the townsfolk are also suffering under the abbot's increased taxes. The Duke is aware of the town's complaints and finds some merit in them. He believes some concessions can be made regarding the death tax and the use of the forest for wood. Of course, only under strict condition that the abbot is released unharmed. And what do the peasants get? What about our taxes? What about the right to use the woods for grazing, for fishing? The Duke is unwilling to make additional concessions. You can release the abbot and take what is offered, or you can remain defiant and face the consequences. It will yield you little, save steel and fire. Sunset tomorrow. Shit, man. I got some work to do. All right, I'm going to take a quick moment to grab the cat because she hasn't been in here with her food in her litter box for a while. So I want to make sure she doesn't need to go potty or have a little drink or anything. So I'll be just real quick. I'll leave it on here. It's my own little mouse fanger. Hello. Hey, baby. She's gotten so big. Oh, when she's purring and she's gonna attack me. Oh, baby. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, I just love her. She's so wonderful. Meow, meow, meow. Yeah, you can come up here if you want. And knock everything the fuck around. Hello, Master Mailer. Anything I can do for you? No, nothing. Sorry to bother you. Meow. Joshua, God bless you. Have you given any more thought to buying the house a round of drinks? You'll be here a while if you do. Perhaps later. Until then. Yes, Brother Guy is looking more and more like he's the culprit. We have a few things to do. We need to get some plants from Gertrude to help Adok not die. Let's go through the forest. Maybe I'll get a meal with Baltus. Because it's either Guy or it's Lenhart. And I really don't care if I'm right, as long as I have enough information to get one of them. I'd rather it be Lenhart even more than Guy.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Oh my god. This beautiful ruin. What are these buildings? What is this place? It's some kind of Roman ruin, like the aqueduct in the meadow. Look, Master Andreas, the flowers. Ah, finally. Maybe we'll find something useful after all. Let's look around. A Roman depiction of a nymph. There's an inscription underneath, probably a dedication. To Tassia, nymph of this spring, Publius Metellus Flavus, prefect of the Ratium, has paid his vow willingly, deservedly, in the consulship of Aeneas and Siltus. So pretty. A lot of these flowers are growing here. I didn't expect to see any Latin inside an aqueduct. Quintus set these stones while Alice fucked. Alice knew how to have a good time. Wow. This Latin is carved sloppily set into the stone. That's odd. We work and the prefect gets paid. Jupiter, may he be paid justly. Oh shit, I just got a fraud alert on my card. Love that. Damn. Well, now my debit card's blocked, so I'm gonna have to resolve that in a minute. That's fun. Sounds like what the peasants are saying. Even the Romans struggled under harsh restrictions and taxes. We haven't come so far after all. Is that what it looks like, Master Andreas? Yes, the costume the killer was wearing when they ran past us. So much for finding it in the home of the killer. Well, perhaps there's a clue inside. When Florian... Oh, shit! When Florian examined the coat of Baron Rothvogel... I have you, Master Andreas. Casper, go get help. I won't let you fall. It's not a long drop. Just get someone to bring a rope. I can't abandon you, Master. Casper, get help. I can pull you up. No, he can't. Oh, shit. Well, we're all wet, but I don't think that I hurt anything. I guess that wasn't really that long of a fall. The important thing is that you aren't hurt. Let's focus on getting out of here. Of course, Master. I wish we had a little more light down here. I can't see a thing, can you? I'm gonna look around and see if I can find a way out. Shit, I think I have the wrong address on my bank, too. Fuck. Okay. It's gonna be a fun outing. Does this work? I must admit I'm impressed. I just remembered how flammable these brush rags are. Why were you carrying around the flint and steel? Well, you never know when you might need some fire. Quod erat demonstratum. Thus it has been demonstrated. What is this place? A cistern. It must collect water from the spring to feed it into the aqueduct. The aqueduct in the meadow? I suppose so. Then all we need to do is follow it back. Perhaps. So crazy. Where do you think this goes? Well, it goes up, so it probably leads out. I don't think I can squeeze through that gap. We need to find something to move the rocks, something to give us leverage. Sometimes when you dispute the fraud, sometimes you can't add a few of your most recent legit purchases onto the claim. That would be nice. That would be nice. I did just do some Christmas shopping. Never mind. Let's find a way out of here. But I guess it probably shouldn't be for anything I've ordered that hasn't shipped yet, because then they'll just cancel it. Okay, can I jump? Right, can add. Yeah, got you. Man, and this is like right before Fur Fest, so I'm either gonna have to like get like cash or have them send my card. Oh boy. This looks like this might be the way out. Nope. There's a bigger grate. There's a big grate. Maybe we can get out that way. It's too high for either of us to reach. Climb on my shoulders and see if you can push it out of the way. Oh. It looks like a kitchen? The Abbey kitchen? What else is up here? I don't think so. It's big, though. Of course, we must be under the convent. Do you see any of the nuns? No. Hello? Nothing. Where could they be? I doubt the sisters loiter in the kitchen all day long. Can you lift the grate off? There's something heavy above me. I can only lift it a little, and I don't think I can squeeze through. I might be able to reach... I got a fire poker. Excellent. We can use it to move the rocks and get out of here. Oh, of course, Master. Video games. This is like always happening to me. I've never had a debit card actually just expire on time. It always ends up having to get replaced because of specious charges. Is this a door? It appears to be so. A strange one. Where does it go? I'll try to nudge it. It must be another secret entrance into the Abbey. Another? When I was investigating the Baron's death, I found a secret entrance from the Abbey's library to the crypt. Could the abbot use this door to escape? Escape to where? We can't even find our way out. That's a fair point. It's possible that the abbot doesn't even know it's here. What's that sound, Master? Snoring? Is someone sleeping on the other side of the door? Hey, wake up! What should we do, Master? Well, we already know we have the poker from the convent kitchen. We can try that on the stones and try to get out. Of course. We also haven't reached the end of this area. You never know it's happened, that it's expired until you're standing in line at the grocery store or whatever. Yeah. Oh, jeez. It used to be way more of a pain in the ass. Now I can at least use tap to pay on my phone to my, like, PayPal card or whatever. It used to be when you were waiting for a debit card to come in, it was such a huge pain. And I'm just someone who doesn't keep, like, credit cards or, like, extra cards or shit like that as a general rule, which maybe I should. Thankfully, I can stop by my bank and get a debit card printed out rather quickly. Yeah, they'll usually mail one. That's why I gotta make sure I have the right address. Because I can't remember if I updated that. And if it goes to the wrong place, I'll be fucked and have this same problem over again. Try using the fire poker from the kitchen to shift the rocks out of the way. This doesn't look good. Wait, I still hear something. You shouldn't come here during the day. I had to. The farmers are out for blood. And? Did you fail to notice the soldiers gathering around the town? When the fighting starts, we need to be indoors. You know that's not why I'm here. Then quit wasting my time and get to the point. Don't play stupid. We both wanted Otto gone. Now he is. I didn't kill him, did you? Why would you ask me such a thing? Because of the note, you stupid cow. Because of the note that sent you into hysterics. Because you're behaving like a woman who committed a murder and is afraid of being caught. How could you think... Stop. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you did or didn't. He's dead. The idiot peasants can beat the ground with their pitchforks, and nothing will come of it. What about that artist, Andreas? He won't be a problem. We're in the aqueduct. In the ruins. We went hunting together, and I suggested he look to Martin Bauer for the murder. Have you done anything to raise Andreas' suspicions? I don't think so. Good. Then just wait. Time will run out for Peter and the rest of his worthless kind. By evening, the Duke's men will overrun the town. The farmers don't stand a chance. The abbot will stay in power. Pilgrims will keep coming to the shrine and staying at your inn. Yes, good. Thank you for putting my mind at ease. Be quiet. Go home. Don't come here again unless it's for a quick fuck. If you want comfort, talk to your fat husband. Don't bother me with your hysteria. Of course, I'm sorry. I hate that guy. Whoop. This is Act 2. I'm glad we're finally out of there, Master. What a strange adventure. Do you think Mistress Hannah could have killed Otto? She's only been pretending to care about the town's safety. She's only concerned with the shrine staying open. Why would that make her want to kill Otto? If the peasants overthrew the abbot, they might loot or destroy the shrine. Without the hand of St. Moritz, there's not much reason for pilgrims to travel to Curceau. There'd hardly be any visitors to the Golden Hand. Exactly. Now we know Hannah has a motive. It's possible she'd kill to protect her family's inn. We need to talk to Nico and Killian just to see just how committed she was. But first, let's go back to the Golden Hand and clean up. People will get suspicious if we walk around town like this. Good idea, Master. Okay, now we're all fresh. I was thinking I'd get lunch with Baltus. Ah, Master Mailer, I'm glad I caught you. Would you and Casper like to join us for supper? They both said they didn't do it. She could be lying. Yeah, let's do it. We'll get more information this way. Andreas, welcome, welcome. It's always a pleasure to have a new conversation at our table about what's been going on in town. Yes, a fresh perspective is always welcome. The inn always benefits from different opinions. Oh, I don't think I have the expertise to comment on the troubles between the peasants and the abbey. Come now, Andreas. You're a successful and educated man. I'm sure that you can enlighten us a great deal. Good, good. Let's tuck in. Bless us, O Lord, for these your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. 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 So, Master Mailer, I hear tell that this is a return visit to Tassing. Has the town changed much since your last visit? Well, the Golden Hand is new. Having an inn is a big change in such a small town as Tassing. Yes, the peasants especially took their time in getting used to us. The monks up at the abbey have always been gracious, though. True, but the abbot is firm in his dealings. He does seem like a prickly sort of man. You have no idea. The abbot was harsh before, but he seems much more severe now. I understand his need to enforce the rules, but being needlessly strict is different. Ooh, we'll have the salmon first. Otto had been getting more and more vocal with his speeches. I'm sure you heard his most recent ones, Andreas. I want to support the peasants in their troubles, but I do worry that Otto's death will stir up more trouble than it's worth for the inn. The peasants aren't bothering us, Nico. They need to speak their minds. Besides, their coin counterbalances any lost revenue from the abbey and its guests. I think Otto had the right idea. These restrictions have gone on too long. What's a little trouble if it brings reprieve to the peasants? Doing the right thing is always best, but I don't know how involved I ought to get in this whole business. The matter is not for us to decide, anyway. Pork and bread pottage or pork pie? I'll do the pork and bread pottage. Hey, I did hear Ulrich say he saw more of the Duke's soldiers near town today. That's nothing but a rumor, Killian. That could cause problems for Tassing, especially if the abbot gets involved. Oh, I don't think the abbot would call the soldiers into town to start trouble. You've seen the soldiers more recently, Andreas. What do you think? Times are changing, and the peasants know it. The abbot had better keep up if he wants to keep the peace. True. If the abbot agreed to deal with the peasants' demands, then all would be resolved quickly. Yes, he's no longer a twink. He's in twink death. Peter didn't seem like he would take no for an answer. The abbot and Peter are both stubborn men. By the grace of God, things can be resolved peacefully. Not likely. Take that pork pie. Hannah, you were pretty vocal after Otto's speech the other day. Really? You spoke up, Mom? I thought you said you weren't going to get involved, Hannah. Oh, I'm just looking out for the peasants. I don't think my few words would cause any harm. Oh, yeah. Laptop Twitch is far superior on every level. So glitchy on the phone. A single word can make a big impact, like ripples in a pond. Wise words, Master Mailer. No matter what happens, we are part of the community. Being involved in what happens is important. Speaking of the community, I should get back to work. Yes, there's always much to do. Thank you for sharing your perspective, Andreas. Thank you for the meal, Hannah. It was excellent. You're welcome back any time, especially so Killian can learn more from Caspar's well-behaved example. Mom? Alright. I'd love to play more, but I'm freaking out. I need to call my bank and make sure my address is correct and get this shit sorted. So I think I'm gonna call it for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for watching me stream this lovely, lovely game. I'm betting we're, one or two more streams to finish this time period. Yeah, the bank stuff will be fine. I just need to call them and get the debit card sent and maybe walk to the bank tomorrow and pull some cash out. It's just a pain in the ass, but it won't be a big deal. I'm glad they caught someone spending $982 on my card to buy stuff at Best Buy. That's very fun. So I better look at other orders too and make sure nothing too fucked up happened. Yeah. It is Black Friday. Yeah. I guess that's was the hackers' idea in theory. So let me see who's streaming here to send y'all over to. Let's see. Got some furries. Got a little DJ Eurodance party. That is a lot of people. Let's see. I'm Only Sleeping as one game. Corgi Cam's playing. Final Fantasy Online. Putt Putt joins the circus. I don't know what that is. Just got some bunnies and chinchillas 24/7. I'll send you, it's a Friday night. I'll send you over to the music. This is a new single release party on Amelia's channel. Eurodance, Neo, and Techno. Putt Putt? Oh, I don't know that game. I've never heard of it. Alright, I got y'all queued up, I think, to head over and raid. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. And we'll... Oh, it's a little purple car. Yeah. Was that like a Jumpstart 4th grade kind of thing? Or am I thinking of something else? Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. And I'll be back soon. This game really has its hooks in me, so I'm trying to play it as much as I can. Edutainment. Hell yes. Jumpstart 4th grade. That was my shit back in the day. With the bat. The horror one. But I remember my sister playing Putt Putt. Alright, I'll send you on over to Amelia. Bye.